All right, we are live. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
We have a relatively interesting thing to cover today, don't we?
Yeah, very interesting.
So, just a little bit of background. Um, I was in, I'm sure you guys are familiar, Balisong flipping. He's got like 100,000 subs or something like that on YouTube. Um, I joined his Discord just because I was joining a bunch of different Discords that I found on YouTube for battle songs and knives and that kind of stuff. And it was the weirdest experience ever. Okay, but we'll get more into that later. So what had happened is I joined a few days ago, and I was just chatting with the people in there, and Brandon joined. And I don't remember how this all got started, but Brandon was basically saying that people who flip live blades are idiots, and was implying that they were bad people, and was going on this kind of moral high ground tirade, right? About
Yeah,
how he was just so much better than everybody around him, right?
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yep. And so I decided to just discuss it with him. And now I'll tell you right now, one of the things I first noticed when I joined his Discord is everybody was scared to talk. Okay. And it was like weird at first. Like I was like, hello, and no one was like answering me. And I was like, is my mic like working? And eventually some little kid was like, well, we're not talking because we're kind of scared we're going to get banned. And I'm sitting there thinking like, well then why are you sitting here? Like why are you hanging out with this fucking asshole? Right? Like shit, you know? But they were. And oh, other interesting thing. In Call of Duty, his name, I swear to God, is popular YouTuber. I swear on my fucking
It
life.
is, bro. It is
It
actually.
That's his name in Call of Duty. Okay? So anyway, I knew like right off the bat this guy's been just banning people who say anything that he doesn't like, right? So I knew it was only a matter of time till I get banned because I'm a fucking asshole, right? As you guys are probably well aware. So when he was talking about how, actually at some point I'm trying to decide when I should just play the video here. But long story short, I'll just, tell you the ending here. He banned me and he banned another kid who was in there who was like not even completely taking my side. He was just at a few points took my side, and he banned Jackson, who is in the podcast with us today. Okay?
Yo.
Like what? Oh, we should probably introduce you, right? I'm sorry. I'm not great at like the whole social thing. So this
You're
is
good.
Jackson with us. He's our special guest, as the witness to this, horrendous act that had taken place. He's here
Also known
to,
as Deadshot in the community.
yes, Deadshot 11, and he makes a bunch of sick ass edits. Okay, so
Thanks.
check that out. You have your YouTube, right? Can you send me a link to your YouTube in Discord, and I'll put it in the description for you?
Oh yeah, sure.
All right, cool. So anyway, what I have here is, well, one of multiple recordings I have of all of this. And so I wanted to show you guys how Brandon treats people when he thinks no one is listening.
Just
And
as a clarification, I think the new term these kids be calling it is the receipts. I believe these are called the receipts.
yeah, I brought the
Yeah,
receipts.
yeah.
Okay. And I want to make sure I'm clear. This is not the same Brandon that I'm talking about in my edits. That's Brandon Jones, someone who's actually like a talented flipper, isn't afraid of sharp objects, doesn't make up stories about people dying from flipping, which let's cover that right now, because I don't remember if it gets covered in this thing. But Brandon, Balisong flipping, likes to go around and tell everybody that there was some kid who was flipping an Alpha Beast doing a zero G chaplain, and it flew off his hand into his stomach, allegedly cut his stomach open, and allegedly destroyed an organ that he has yet to name. He keeps
He
switching
even
between
he
kidneys.
even told me that the guy's guts fell out at one point. Like when I talked to him, I was like, what?
Right.
Okay, see, this whole time, so like, I guess what's really interesting about this is I have pretty much zero details on the story. So I was actually assuming that the story was going to be kid watched a few too many Instagram videos, decided to try and do a neck catch with a alpha beast, and caught one to the jugular. That is so much more believable
Right.
than getting your intestines eviscerated. I
Yeah.
don't. The amount of force that you would need, even if someone put an ungodly sharp edge on that, I don't think you pretty much have to. You would literally have to push forcefully into your own stomach, like. But what's the whole samurai killing themselves style? I don't know what that's
Seppuku
called,
or
but
something.
seppuku. You'd have to do it. That it's just not gonna happen unless
Especially
someone's.
the Alpha Beast has a 0.14-inch blade. That's 15 thousandths thicker than the fucking rep blade. Okay, like that's not just gonna slide into your stomach because of a failed 0G chaplain. Like it just isn't, right? And that shows you how he's just a complete fucking poser, right? And is also again, I hate to use slurs, but he's fucking retarded. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm putting it out there. Okay, so there we go. I'm officially diagnosing him as retarded. I'm sorry to break the news to everybody, but
Reconfirmed.
yes.
Yeah,
So
honestly, I'm just that's a revelation for me. I really thought it was going to be a neck catch story.
yep.
I would have almost believed that. I really would have almost believed that.
Honestly, same, but it was just like so odd when I first heard that. Being new to the community, I was like actually like, what the heck? That's crazy. But then I realized suddenly that it was like totally false. Like that's so dumb.
Yeah, so now keep in mind as you're listening to this, because I'm going to play pretty soon, I think a good starting point in the argument. Keep in mind that while he's going on with his moral high ground here, this entire time he's been making up stories about live blades to scare people out of flipping live blades, right? So his entire basis of why he's morally superior is based on a fake fucking story. It's based on dishonesty, right? So keep that in mind. Now, you guys gotta tell me here. I'm gonna play this, and you guys gotta tell me if you can hear. Okay, in Discord. So I'm just gonna play for a sec here, and you let me know. All right. I don't know. I kind of think that people who want to flip live blades
No,
should
I
flip
cannot
live
hear the
blades, and people
Discord.
who. Okay, let me
Same.
double check if I'm streaming. Were you able to hear it, Eric?
I couldn't hear it either.
Okay.
Oh wait, maybe I need to click watch stream. Maybe that's my issue.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, that was my problem.
How dare you? Let me double check. I don't see an option to share audios. I think it will, but you let me know here if
All
it
right.
does. Okay. I don't know. I kind of think that
Yeah, it's working.
people who want to flip live blades should flip live blades, and people who don't want to should not be pressured into flipping live blades. But I find that there's a lot of pressure from both camps.
I think anyone who flips live blades are dumb, though. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't really think that that's founded on anything.
You don't think it's a poor choice?
No, not really.
So it's okay for people to willingly just hurt themselves?
That was out of
'Cause I know
nowhere
you're-
as well. That was so random.
I know. It was just like, and listen to the condescending, like, what do you think about that?
I think anyone who
camps.
flips live blades are dumb, though. What do you think about that?
Okay, anyone who flips live blades are dumb. Your English is wrong, you fucking idiot. Like, you can't even spew your retarded fucking opinion correctly. Right? Like, I'm just putting that out there. You can't even form the fucking sentence correctly.
That.
I mean, I don't really think that that's founded on anything.
You don't think it's a poor choice?
No, not really.
So it's okay for people to willingly just hurt themselves? Because I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, but if you train hard enough. But I've known people who flip for 11
That's
years
not
and
what
they
I
still
would
make
say.
mistakes just like anyone else.
I was never going to say that if you train hard enough, you're not going to cut yourself.
I think it gives you more of a challenge and more of a goal to set for.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
people
but,
like to rock
for
climb and
example,
stuff.
when I'm sitting here in my room and I'm just flipping about talking to you guys, why would I want to have to turn a light on and focus that I'm not going to cut myself rather than just being able to flip and have fun and enjoy myself?
Right, so maybe trainer's better for you, but that doesn't mean that that's the case for everybody. And it doesn't mean that
I
somebody's
think
dumb.
for flipping it is. I'm not saying knives are bad. I love knives. I'm a huge fan of knives. I have a ton of knives.
Yet he doesn't know how much force it requires to actually cut something.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just listening to this for the first time, and I just have so many questions.
He sounds like he's wanting this argument. Like he's really wanting it.
Yeah, because he wants to play the morally superior fucking card. You know, he's used to just wanting to go on the fucking soapbox.
But what's the why part of like that's what I don't understand. What's the why part? Like I understand if someone doesn't want to flip live blades, I can understand reasons why you wouldn't want to. There are valid reasons. But like where I don't want to use like the phrase "who hurt you" because I feel like that's more of a question of the knife rather than a person. But that's where I'm going with it.
Right.
It's so weird how he's like approaching this like argument. It's like you totally sound like you're just like basically stating off like subjective like views, and he's just totally like saying you're wrong in every way.
Right. Yeah, and you'll notice later on this. I sit here. I try to like break down his argument and address it one point at a time, right? And basically breaking out the macaroni and Elmer's glue for this fucking idiot, right? And it still blows his fucking mind out, and he bans me. And you know he was dying to ban me. You know through this entire thing
Bro,
he was
yes.
dying to fucking ban me, right? Anyway,
He was waiting for it.
so I'm gonna. You guys ready?
Yep.
And the thing is, like, I love them as a utility, a tool, and design and sound. But when it comes to flipping specifically, like especially just butterfly knives, they were never
Especially. Where is the X in especially? You fucking idiot. He can't fucking read. It's unreal.
designed to be flipped in the manner we're doing it today.
Yeah, but just because it wasn't designed that way doesn't mean that it's dumb to flip it that way.
I think it's dumb to, yeah, I do. I think it's dumb to incorporate modern flipping, which is far more dangerous than what it was intended for, and then promote it to kids. Yeah, I think it's very dumb.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly,
Notice how he switched the topic right there to kids.
Yes, dude, he wanted to get the kids in the argument as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Like,
it was crazy.
It's a whole foundation of his argument is, well, my audience are kids, therefore I have to flip trainers. When we all know it's just because he's scared of getting cut. Like, the
All right,
reason
so I got.
Go on.
Oh, sorry, I'm a little delayed in actually listening to the clip. But what I was gonna say is, the only thing that I can almost agree with is sometimes I have a problem with people flipping what are allegedly live blades. They're flipping what are, at least on a visual appearance, look like a live blade, but in reality are quite dull. We've talked about this a few times on the stream of basically these fraudulent flippers who are flipping trainers, pretending like they're flipping live blades. And so that can be a little problematic if a kid is not able to pick up on the signs that it's a live or that it's not live blade. They may, if they're not from a Darwinistic point of view, they may eliminate themselves from the gene pool if they're that far gone. However,
well, you'll see pretty soon here how fucking stupid he thinks kids are. And let me just put this out here right now, okay? I get that I'm weird for this, right? Like, it's just really bizarre for me to have this opinion, but I don't think kids are retarded, right? Like, I know that's way out there, right?
Yeah, me neither. And I even stated how he was talking about how kids are retarded like later on.
Right.
oh my god.
Right. It's like, and it's like, you know, oh my god, I don't want to spoil it. There's so much other shit that this idiot's gonna fucking say. That's just, it's the lack of self-awareness.
Unreal.
Is fucking,
it's unreal.
It's incredible. But yeah, 50 Blades, double check that you're watching the stream in Discord so it doesn't have the delay for you, as opposed to watching the stream. If you click on,
post it in the Discord?
So if you look on podcast channel, if you click on that or whatever, you should be able to have the option to watch my stream. And if you watch my stream, you'll see it as I'm playing it. So you won't have to wait for the stream delay. Ready?
Good point.
Cool.
Not promoting it to kids. I don't really have anything against either live blade or trainer blade. I think they're both fine, but I wouldn't be pressured into buying a live blade.
The reason I'm so harsh on it, by the way, sweet old man, it's I know it sounds like a strong standpoint, but think about it from this perspective. You have people in their 20s who are literally telling 14-year-old boys to be like, no, you.
Excuse me, and girls, you fucking sexist. Can we just talk? This is
like,
2021.
But why is the cutoff like 14? I've heard extremely colorful language from 14-year-olds when I'm just trying to relax playing Call of Duty.
Exactly.
I had like a 9-year-old in Fortnite call me a fuckdoor bitch.
No, but it gets worse because it's not just the trash talking. Then they absolutely mop the floor with me while I'm just trying to relax off a 40-hour work week.
Right.
That's the problem. Like, these kids, yes, there are stupid kids, yes, but there's also a lot of not stupid kids. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
You need to start on a live blade, otherwise you're not going to learn properly. And then these 14-year-olds cut themselves and cry to their parents and then go, they said I...
Listen, just because you cried when you were 14 all the time to your mom doesn't mean that everybody else does. Okay, I'm just putting that out there.
I mean, what I will say is that this is a gross exaggeration of what I mentioned earlier, where yes, there are some kids who try tricks that they should not be doing because they saw their favorite IG flipper who was flipping a dull blade that was actually, or a live blade, a quote unquote live blade that was actually dull. They go try and do the trick, then they get cut, then their parents say, "What happened?" That does happen, but this is a gross exaggeration of that situation.
Well, you're gonna find that everything here that everything he's gonna use as an argument
Literally
is a
everything.
gross exaggeration. Like, wait till we get into why I'm responsible for children stabbing other children at school. Like, we haven't even gotten to me being responsible for school stabbings yet.
Hey, I don't even need to hear any more. I think I'm in full alignment with that.
Cool enough unless I cut myself.
Yeah, I know. And I have on my podcast and when talking in multiple other cases pointed out exactly why I think that's wrong. But I don't think that making a sweeping statement that someone is dumb for flipping live plates is correct. But I don't think you shouldn't have that opinion.
I absolutely do. Only for flipping purposes, and I'll always stand by it.
That's fine. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, like, I mean, do you hear how agitated he's getting already, though, that I'm not caving to his view?
You're totally not being aggressive towards him. It's a one-sided aggression right now.
Yeah, that's what's really sticking out to me. My opinion is still the same, and your opinion is still the same, and that's fine. We don't have to agree.
I was literally just about to say that.
I mean, I don't really flip. I carry my knives around as EDCs, and I use them as knives. I literally use my Benchmade 62 as a steak knife.
He's trying to figure out how he can drag this on.
Yeah.
He's like, what can I say to make him mad even more, so I can make this go on even more?
Mm-hmm.
Completely respect it.
So I don't know.
And by the way, I'm not saying anyone that's 18 or older is dumb for doing what they want. They can do whatever they want. They can shoot themselves.
Okay, actually, I'll go back to the beginning of his whatever retarded point he was making there. But I'm sorry, that was not meant to be derogatory to him at all. But the whole I'm not saying someone is dumb if they're over 18. Well, who were you talking about earlier when you said that everyone who flips a live blade is dumb? Are you just talking about the kids? I'm just curious. So I don't know.
And by the way, I'm not saying anyone that's 18 or older is dumb for doing what they want. They can do whatever they want. They can shoot themselves in the face if they wanted to. That's their decision. But I'm mainly here to just help the youth kind of understand that it's not as cool as people think it is to be flipping around knives, because these weren't meant to be flipped around like how modern flippers are flipping. And the original Balisong never left someone's hand when being opened. In fact, they never flipped them. They just opened them.
Right, because they were designed as a knife that has a strong locking mechanism, the strongest locking mechanism, as you're probably aware. That was a gross compliment there. I'm almost positive he has no idea why it's the strongest locking mechanism. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with kids flipping live blades, but I also do have a problem with people who bully kids and give them shit if they're flipping trainers. Because one, that's kind of stupid just in general, but also it's not necessarily even that kid's choice. You might be bullying them for not flipping a live blade when they want to flip a live blade, but their parents don't want them to. And so again, it's just a stupid thing.
Yeah. So here's another perspective, so you can understand why I'm so strong on the matter. Ready? So I saw this comment on an AliExpress review, and the guy at the very end.
Okay, can we pause it there?
Yep.
Can we pause it there?
I already know what this is going to be.
No further comment.
Okay.
No further comment.
At the very end of his whole spiel about how he knew so much about Balisongs, at the end he said, "Oh, and by the way, only get a live blade. Trainers are useless, right?" And he said that trainers give you the sense of security or sense of.
He's really struggling
doesn't even
here.
know.
I know he's really struggling here.
like where you like lose your guard or whatever because you feel comfortable with something. So if you transfer to live blade, it's bad.
A false
I
sense
think-
How
of
could he not
security.
just
Yeah.
figure that out himself without just having to remember what the guy said? It's obviously
A false sense of
feeling
security.
secure. Yeah, what the heck, bro? How does he forget that?
I don't know. It does help explain a lot of the other things that he's gonna do. So
Yeah.
yeah,
if you transfer to live blade, it's bad.
a false sense of security.
Yeah, false sense of security. I think that statement is wrong because if I'm flipping a trainer, I have an absolute security knowing that I'm safe. And
Right, but his
that a
point is
knife
that
a
if you
knife.
learn on a trainer and you don't get cut in a trick, that assuming you won't get cut on a live blade is kind of a mistake because.
Well, no, my
Can we pause it
argument-
one more time?
Yep.
So I just want to get an F in chat for everybody that's been pinched by a Balisong, because as safe as that may be, that hurts. Like that
Oh
gives me
my
some man
God.
tears.
It
So,
hurts
like,
worse than cuts
Yeah,
sometimes.
pinches can hurt a lot worse than cuts.
If you can relate, let's get an F in chat, please.
Yep. Big because.
Well, no, my argument though is that if I'm going to flip, I want to flip with a trainer because I know it's safe. And if I want to use a knife, I'm not going to be flipping it because I'm using a knife.
Right, but I still think that comes down to like people's personal preference. Like I don't know, I don't.
People personal preference to be psychotic. That's fine. That's their own mental
Yeah, well.
neurological issues.
I don't know, I
my-
wouldn't say it's a neurological issue.
I think so.
This guy wanted to be like a quantum physicist. Did you know that? He was trying to flex on people the first day I joined his Discord and tell
What?
people he wanted to be a quantum physicist.
I just got diagnosed with a mental disorder. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, the other
gosh.
thing, because he was happy to threaten like a bunch of little kids with lawsuits when they were talking about putting glowing things on their thing, because he said it was a violation of his pending patent. And so, yeah, hey,
Oh my.
go ahead, Brandon.
pending cat.
Here's a cool thing, Brandon. If you think I don't have evidence of you saying that, just take a stab in the dark with your trainer, of course, as to whether or not you think I have that. When I have I have like
I'm
8
just-
terabyte hard drives. I have like 8 terabyte hard drives. I'll let you take a stab at whether or not I actually have evidence of that. Okay?
I just don't understand the mentality. Like, I know that, and I don't know if this is stemming from like maybe some negative interactions where, like, I know on some of the either Facebook groups or even in some IG circles, people can be relatively brutal with their commentary on trainers, but that doesn't all of a sudden mean that everybody who flips live blade is just like psycho killer status. I'm trying
Yeah.
to connect the dots in my head, but they're not lining up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think some of the things this guy says is going to be hard to make sense out of because it's just so fucking retarded, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a neurological issue.
I think so. I think it's just
That's
as
fine.
dumb as playing Russian roulette.
Oh, he always
Because-
thinks so.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I think so. Well,
Hold
I think
on.
you're retarded, Brandon. How about that?
How about the Russian roulette
just
comment there?
You just said Russian. Okay. That I don't. I don't have words for how you compare the two.
Oh yeah, you'll see. This continues on. He continues to make these
In
kind
one
of things.
case, in one case, you have like a 1 out of 6 shot of losing, even if you play the game correctly. In the other case, you have to intentionally, basically, or the stars have to align perfectly for you to get stabbed in an area where it would be fatal. Truly, truly fatal.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like a
crazy.
a zero G chaplain gone wrong with like a lightsaber blade, right? You know.
Cuts him
Like,
in half.
I guess the only other thing I'll say is like a non-fatal cut like could still be costly in terms of like hospital bills. Like let's say you get stabbed in the foot, or you have like a pretty like degloving situation on your hand. That could be costly, but it's not gonna be, or the likelihood of it being fatal compared to a 1 out of 6 fatal, like actual fatal chance. It's just there's no comparison there.
Yep. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And you'll see he's going to continue this line of arguments.
Yeah.
Oh, is it not going to play? I think I'm on the wrong application.
Because you
All right,
can
well,
be like,
the
hey,
consequences
there's 5
of
other
Russian
empty
roulette
chambers.
are a little bit different than flipping a knife.
I mean, if you
Hey,
play
the odds are
Russian
pretty
roulette,
much the
you
same when it
literally
comes to being cut
die.
in percentage.
Right, the odds are the same, but it's still, like, the consequences are vastly different. And I'm flipping knives, when I do flip them, that are far sharper
How
than
do you feel
virtually
about the
anybody
guy who
else.
died to an alpha beast?
Oh, here we go! I don't even know whether that story
Die
is
to
true.
an alpha.
Here we are.
beast? When did that happen?
I don't know, man.
It is true.
It takes
Guys,
force
it
to...
is true.
It was a stomach wound.
Yeah, but it takes actual force to cut your stomach open. So...
How do you know that?
Did he
I
stab
heard
you?
it off
Basically did
somebody.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you'll see his justification later.
A G, like a 0G move, and it rolled out of his finger and it cut his stomach, and he bled out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that story
Wait,
personally.
can I hear this? Wait, where?
Dude, you gotta love how, like, he doesn't know how to handle the fact that I'm telling him he's a fucking liar to his face.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know how to handle it. Like, listen to how fucking confused he is in this. Your stomach open. So...
Right.
Did he stab
He
himself?
basically did a G, like a 0G move, and it rolled out of his finger and it cut his stomach, and he bled out.
Yeah, I don't know.
0G move.
I don't know if I
where did
believe
you
that
get?
story
Wait.
personally.
Can
but,
I hear this?
you know.
Wait, where did you get this story from?
Another flipper.
Do they have like what?
It was
Citation fucking needed.
on a line.
I know, right? It
Oh
was
my
on a
god,
live.
that's disgusting. Jesus Christ.
Somebody from Alive told this story. He has no video
Well, this
proof
is why
or
you don't do zero
anything.
cheese,
Mhm.
0 G's, and cut your freaking stomach open like a blender.
Okay, Jay, that's not how a blender kills you. Okay, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but that's not how a blender kills you.
Like a blender.
All right. But yeah, no. Even with like a razor sharp knife, it takes like actual force to cut, which is why you can carry around a razor sharp blade in your hand and it's not going to cut you like it.
Yeah, but what happened with the handle was when the blade impacted, the handle impacted the blade.
I
Is this where
understand,
I
but it's
joined?
still that wouldn't be enough force to drive an alpha beast blade through your stomach.
It would be enough to cause enough blood loss to kill you.
Like, how retarded is this fucking
What?
guy? How
What
retarded
kind
is
of
this fucking
physics?
guy? I know.
Is this Call of Duty throwing knife physics? What is going on?
Yeah, Jay flipping. I was just poking fun at you, buddy.
Blenders
It would be
kill.
enough to cause enough blood loss to kill you at the stomach, especially if it's in a vital area.
It's not especially. It's especially. Fuck. The letters are like right there, bro. They're like right there. Oh, Jesus.
He has no
Well, if
idea
you
what
cut
he's
your
talking
stomach,
about.
Like,
I know.
let's
and
say
you don't
the,
get help, you'll literally
There's
die.
that one thing at the bottom right that, like, if it appendix, yeah.
They literally died.
I'm pretty sure the appendix is on the left. I think the liver's on the
Can we
bottom.
get a doctor?
right.
Can we get a doctor in the chat, please? We need a doctor.
Oh, ask Kodami. He knows everything.
Oh my god, bro.
I know. Listen, sweet old man. I do understand that the argument could go either way. Because it's like it's a short percentage. Because when it comes to like if I'm flipping my live blade every once in a while, of course I'm not getting cut. Like not all the time. It's not. I'm not. And if I do, it's not like oh I'm bleeding out to death. But it's just. I'll give you a better example. When I was young and I had a pocket knife, right? Like just a regular folding pocket knife. I thought that it was so cool, because the stigma of a knife and being cool, and the back of it, the back of the spine, it doesn't cut, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, because it's dulled. So I thought it would be so cool to show my friends that I like knew what I was doing, and I
What
went
the
to
fuck, dude?
slide the back of the knife on my hand, which it was the back of the spine. I said, look, guys, don't worry, it doesn't cut, it's dull. And when I went to cut, guess what happens? The tip got me, and cut
Yep.
open my hand, and all I'm saying is it's more of the youthful side. No matter how much you teach them, they're still gonna make the mistakes. And when it comes to the yeah, but like
Think it through, Brandon. Take your time and try to think of what retarded fucking point you're trying to make, please. So we're not just stuck listening to this dead air and stupidity. Okay, Jesus, man, you're fucking like giving me an aneurysm here. Listen to this. Oh.
The youthful side, no matter how much you teach them, they're still gonna make the mistakes. And when it comes to like when it comes to like the
Argument stalls.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all it would take is one kid being emotionally influenced in
Oh
the
my
moment to like play a dumb role like that, where they go to like fake slit their throat by the back of the spine, and they actually hit the tip on their throat. You know what I'm saying? This shit has happened
Fake
before.
slits their
Yeah,
throat
but, I mean,
with a
I-
real
happened before.
knife.
I know, and the retarded thing is, like, you can be cut by the back end of the tip, but not deeply. Like it.
Wait,
it,
I
yeah.
just have I got to comment on this too, because who is this guy hanging out with that they do this just normally? Like, maybe get a new friend group. I don't know how to say that in a not mean way. But if your friends are
I'll
fake
put it in a
slitting
nicer way,
throats-
okay? Just don't be retarded, Brandon, okay? Don't worry about finding new friends. Just don't be a fucking retard, and your problem's gonna be solved, man. I'm telling you, dude. Like, I've never had a problem with accidentally slitting my throat. You know, like, I don't know. I don't consider myself that intelligent. So
It's just, these are like common sense thing where the only case where someone would likely be doing this is if they just weren't all there mentally, which could be any number of things, but you can't really, that person's already going to be doing whatever they want to do. I don't think it's going to really take a YouTube video or an Instagram video to persuade them to act on some kind of impulse. It could be a kitchen knife that they do it with, or even as he was talking about, I think what do you say, a folding knife or a fixed blade knife. It doesn't
Something like
have
that.
to be a Balisong. Like, he's trying to prescribe, or not prescribe. He's
ascribe?
trying to associate Balisongs with danger when all knives can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you see, we've already gotten a solid 5% of the way through this guy's argument, and it's already falling apart. Like, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Before.
Yeah, but I mean, I personally don't have a problem promoting live plates to kids, and I don't have a problem with you not doing it. But dude, the funny thing is, I knew as soon as I said this, it was gonna piss him the fuck off, because he kept bringing the kids into it, and so I knew I was like, dude, I know I'm such an asshole, but like, I had to fucking bring it up again. Like, I had to say, because you know that's what he's implying. It's like, by promoting live blades, kids might have live blades promoted to them. So to just come out and say it just blew his fucking mind. Like, yeah, but I mean, I personally don't have a problem promoting live plates to kids, and I don't have a problem with you not doing it. But I also don't think that it makes me a bad person for me.
I think it's wrong of you.
know.
Yeah, I think that way.
Okay, I don't though. You know, like, I don't think that makes me a bad person. But you know, I don't
As
know.
long
It's
as
just
you
me.
don't personally do it.
Well, here's why. It would be a difference if you said, like, let's say 16 to 18, and you said that it was that you were like promoting maybe like gun safety and stuff. The reason that I find it better in that regard is the fact that when you're teaching gun safety, you're not teaching them how to spin it safely. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I
So
guess,
you
yeah,
can't
you're
really
not
teach
teaching
kids
them.
There's a bit of a problem there. You could be teaching a 16-year-old competitive shooting, and while that's not spinning it around in a dangerous way, there are still risks. You could have a negligent discharge.
Yeah.
If someone doesn't know what they're doing, I'm pretty sure there's a case where the cartridge could fire, but the actual I don't know the exact terminology, but the bullet would still be in the barrel. A new one could get chambered, and you could
squib
actually
round?
have the I think that's what it's
Yeah.
called. And so there's risks. It's not as though just because whatever picture of gun safety he has that it's safe. There are still risks if you don't know what to look out for.
In his defense, I think this is one of the like few analogies that actually somewhat made sense. Like, I understand what he's saying,
Yeah.
like where
But
if-
there is some more problems with that too.
oh yeah, no, it's certainly not.
You could throw in the other argument in there about kids being emotionally unstable that he was saying earlier, and just pulling the trigger on themselves or something like that. Even with
He
being
even mentions that
gun
later.
safe.
Yeah, when he starts talking about schools and stuff. So hey, Jay Flipping, bro, like, we're doing a podcast here. Like, if I wanted to just show the entire video, I would just upload the video. There's no point to doing a broadcast of this video and not having commentary over it. But I'll try to pause less. I mean, I
So you
guess,
can't
yeah, you're
really
not
teach a
teaching
kid
them
how
to
to
play
flip a
with
knife
guns. Like, I
safely.
understand that, but like,
Right.
I mean,
Why would you teach someone how to spin a gun in the first place?
No,
That's not even. Okay.
what I'm saying is when it comes to making mistakes, just with tools, even without flipping them, when it comes to making mistakes like power tools and stuff like that, they're not flipping them around. So once you add in an aspect like that, like I've let go of my trainer every once in a while, I hit myself in the eye or in the head already. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Listen, Brandon, we know you're retarded, bro. Like, you don't have to keep telling us, okay? We understand. It's okay, man. Like, you don't have to keep reminding us. Like, everything you say reminds us of it already, all right?
It's happened to a lot of people, like, or I've dropped it on my foot or something, but, like, you add a blade to it, and now you have a whole nother ballpark, and you shouldn't have been in that situation to begin with, is the way I think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of just a live and let live kind of person, so I mean.
Whenever I get a live blade,
you shouldn't make other people think the way you do. Then
he says as he's like forcing me to think the way that he does. Which, listen, man, like I know as retarded as you are, I'm not, and so it's very hard for me to emulate that level of stupidity. But I suppose I could try. It's just, I don't know.
Because that's kind of dangerous.
I mean, that's my call, though. Like. That's the whole point.
I get
of
what
the
you're
freedom
saying,
of it.
but I think your call ends up with other kids bringing knives to school and hurting people by accident.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, but here we go. We have to start thinking about the kids again.
Up with other kids bringing knives to school and hurting people by accident.
But sitting here and implying that somehow my not having a problem with kids flipping knives is going to be responsible for a kid bringing a knife to school and stabbing people is a little bit fucking far.
I have no problem promoting knives to kids. That's exactly.
I have no problem with kids flipping live blades, but to then imply that I'm somehow going to be responsible for a kid shooting up a school is kind of fucked up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're putting the tools in their hands so young, what do you think's going to happen?
Look, what kind of kids is he hanging out with, bro? Like,
this is crazy. I don't know how he like comes up with this stuff in his head.
I don't know either. Jesus, man.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're putting the tools in their hands so young, what do you think's gonna happen?
I don't know. Maybe they'll flip a live blade and get cut a few times, Brandon. Holy fuck. Can you imagine how awful that would be? Holy shit. That'd be the end of the fucking world, bro.
These are
plenty of kids have knives. They don't go to school and stab people with them.
They will.
I don't think people would go because.
And it certainly wouldn't be my fault.
J flipping, for example,
no,
let's say that you bring let's say you bring a live blade to school, right? Just for flipping on the side, you want to be cool with your friends. Someone comes up and pushes you one day, and you get emotional, and you know you're not the best at fighting, and you know you have a weapon on you. What do you might use?
Dude, he's just describing himself.
Yo, I don't need projecting.
I know. First off, bro, you said what if you're just flipping a knife with your friends at school? First off, it's really rich of you to assume that I would ever have friends. Okay, especially when I was in fucking high school or middle school. Okay, so that's the first problem with that.
Emotional?
I mean, this is just common knowledge, so I mean.
Right, exactly. If you don't get what you want, if someone cuts in line, you fucking stab them. Like, what's so difficult to understand about this?
Yeah, like how do you escalate from I'm flipping a knife, somebody, what do you say, bumps into me, and then I just take it to the next level and stab them? Like how?
Oh my god, bro. I don't know. I want to listen to this again, though. I want to hear.
They will.
I don't think people would go because.
And it certainly wouldn't be my fault.
This is a kid talking too. Bro, everything that he's saying is because he's looking at things from his own unstableness. So he's thinking that other people have the same unstableness that he does. So it's kind of like everything is much more viable to happen if you think about it like Brandon, because I mean he's just retarded, I guess.
Right.
For example, let's say that you bring a live blade to school, right? Just for flipping on the side, you want to be cool with your friends. Someone comes up and pushes you one day, and you get emotional, and you know you're not the best at fighting, and you know you have a weapon on you. What do you might use because you're in the moment?
Okay, what do you might use? Again, we're struggling with the sentence formation. Okay, it's okay. Like, just want to make sure.
What do you might use?
Okay, just so everyone understands what he was trying to say, I'm going to convert from Brandon into English, right? He's saying, what might you do? Okay.
Like, this is honestly equivalent to someone saying, like, oh, I wouldn't get into a fight. I just shoot somebody. Okay, enjoy catching that, was it 10, 20 to life or whatever? Enjoy that, because that's going to be the same thing with a knife. Enjoy that assault with a deadly weapon. even if you somehow get off as a minor, you're still like somebody needs to teach these kids. Like somebody needs to reach out to these kids if this is where the youth's mindset is at.
You could be worse. You know, instead of like stabbing your friends, you could end up like Brandon. You know, like I always remember that. It could be worse. You know, by the way, Kodami makes a good point. Remember, male Karens exist. And this is the best fucking example of like a male Karen, isn't it? Like he's just like always meddling in everyone else's affairs and everything has to go his way. You know,
Someone comes up and pushes you one day and you get emotional and you know you're not the best at fighting and you know you have a weapon on you. What do you might use because you're in the moment and you're emotional? You might pull out that live blade.
Yeah, why do you think lives aren't
Okay, I just one more comment on this. I'm just saying, kids, if there are any kids that are listening and you're not a good fighter and you do end up in this situation, just take the L. Do your best, but take the L.
Yes, but do your best. Try to fight back.
Yeah,
if you fight back, they'll pick on someone else.
Just do your best. Understand that you may take an L, but it's a lot better than catching a actual criminal charge. Like, just...
Yeah,
true.
That's not legal advice. That's
but
just what
I don't even
do.
think that's something to worry about. I don't think kids are that fucking retarded. Like, I think that's just him assuming everyone is as retarded as he is. You know?
Yeah.
You might pull out that live blade.
Yeah. Why do you think your knives aren't allowed at schools?
Dude, there was a stabbing at my school recently, and like that exact thing happened, pretty much.
Okay, but you're Australian, so I mean. They don't even have guns in Australia. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a problem with kids flipping live blades, and I don't think that me having that opinion makes me responsible for a school shooting.
Okay, hold on. If I ever got a live blade and I put a video on my channel, I think the responsible thing to do would be telling them like do not use this as a weapon, and don't be like I don't know, just try to be.
Ella.
A knife is always a knife.
Yo, but I've seen people getting.
See how these kids in this channel are like too scared to fucking say anything? Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
yeah, there's actually a lot of people in the voice call.
Oh yeah. Oh, there were at least 10 people in the voice call.
And like nobody was talking.
Yeah, they were all too scared to talk, and I think they were all just wanting to see what was going to happen to me. You know?
Yeah, they all knew.
Yeah.
A knife is always a knife.
Like, literally, Deadshot, you and I and Jay were the only ones who were actually, like, standing up to him at all. The two other kids were kind of, like, defending him. One of them was, like, way more active in defending him than the Australian kid, but, like, we were the ones who got banned. Like, it makes sense why they don't speak up. Yeah, it makes sense why they're scared to talk, you know?
Yo, but I've seen people getting.
Like, you can just tell this kid is
in my
nervous.
School, I've seen people get in trouble for flipping a comb.
Yeah.
Yep, some kid in my school got suspended for flipping a literal spoon, Balisong.
That's fucking funny.
It was too cool.
Oh, you can see right there how many people are in the. I don't know. I mean, I think it's up voice to chat. It's up to the people themselves. I think it's just. I don't know. I don't have a problem with people risking cutting themselves.
All right. Well, all I'm gonna say is when you actually become a full-on parent and you have a kid and you give your son a live blade and you teach him the proper safety mechanisms and he does bring it to school and he gets in a fight and that falls out of his pocket and the bully gets the upper hand and he stabs your kid dead. And I'm just saying, like, it could happen and you would have given that tool.
Listen to this shit. Like, listen to this shit. This is his fucking way of arguing. It's just always escalating it, and it's always creating these ridiculous hypotheticals where I'm just a bad person. You know? It's the kind of fucking argument. Yeah, it's the kind of arguments that people make when they're like anti-Trump or something. You know, they just come up with some ridiculous thing about how, you're voting for the next Hitler. You know, it's like, dude, fuck off. Give me a fucking break. Risking cutting themselves.
All right, well, all I'm gonna say is when you actually become a full-on parent and you have a kid and you give your son a live blade and you teach him the proper safety mechanisms and he does bring it to school and he gets in a fight and that falls out of his pocket and the bully gets the upper hand and he stabs your kid dead. And I'm just saying, like, it could happen and you would have given that tool.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is a
I
good
would
point. This is a good point. It's a point in don't be a absentee father in your child's life.
Yeah, or they'll
Everybody
end up
with
like
common
Brandon.
Well, everybody knows. Well, at least I say everybody. Getting into a knife fight, as idealistic as the movies might make it seem, can very much end up in you dropping it and then getting stabbed with your own knife. That part is true. That's why, as a father, or even as a parent, mothers can do this too. This isn't gender specific. Um, Tell them not to get into a fight with a knife. Just don't do it, and you don't have to worry about getting stabbed with your own knife. Of course, you have to worry about them potentially escalating things. That part's true, but you don't open up the opportunity. You don't be the one to escalate it, because if you escalate it, you're opening the door for that extra trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
would
just
have.
another percent. It's just another statistic.
Okay, so I will say one of the things I do when I'm arguing is like I try to be really careful how I respond. Like if someone's like implying, oh, well, if to hold your position, then if you give your son a knife, and blah blah blah. It's like I don't like to just like say, oh wow, that would be really bad, and then just suddenly assume that my position's wrong. And that's why I clearly say, yeah, I would have given him the knife. Like obviously, no shit. But like when this is, in my opinion, this is how to win arguments with people like this, is because they keep coming up with these ridiculous things where you're the bad person and you have to like change to their point of view or accept that you're a bad person. And if you just refuse to do either of those, then they have nowhere to fucking go and they're stuck banning you.
And he does bring it to school and he gets in a fight and that falls out of his pocket and the bully gets the upper hand and he stabs your kid dead. And I'm just saying, like, it could happen and you would have given that tool.
Yeah, I
It's
would
just
have.
another percent. It's just another statistic.
Yeah, but
And you're making it happen.
Yeah, but you keep putting this on me, and it's like.
But I'm just saying, like, but it's the same. It's the same thing. Like, how do more guns or how do more weapons become available? It's people who promote them. It's people.
Yeah,
who
and I'm okay
put them
with
in the
that.
market, like as much as possible.
Like I don't think it's my responsibility if somebody buys a knife and fucking stabs someone with it.
Yeah, your kid's not your responsibility. You're right.
See the fucking deliberate misunderstanding of my point.
Well, I got another thing here too. One of the things I'm finding fascinating here is how he doesn't see how he could potentially be contributing to the problem that he alleges is a problem in the first place. This is, I'm gonna be a little bit loose with how I'm interpreting this, but this would almost like saying that an airsoft channel is completely not, could not even be held accountable for getting people into the firearm hobby. So what I mean by that is, he's saying that, like, as an equivalent, people who flip live blades are then getting kids to also flip live blades and then creating this cycle of apparent violence and mayhem and destruction. To me, that's like saying that, okay, you have a firearm channel. You could make a case that they're getting people into, they're selling a product, they're selling a lifestyle. But then the hilarious part is that it'd be like an airsoft channel criticizing those firearm channels, saying, oh, you guys are the problem, not realizing that they can basically be a funnel themselves. In the same way that he flips trainers, he could be a funnel to live blades. Not everybody who comes across his channel is going to stick with trainers. That's just a fact. Some of them will find out about live blades and will want to flip them. Is he not going to take accountability? It's just... I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, and is getting kids to not flip live blades by telling them that they're stupid if they flip live blades any different really than getting kids to flip live blades by telling them that flipping trainers is stupid? It's the same thing. You're still using this fucking bullying shit, right? Like stop. Just don't be a manipulative bitch. Fuck. Like I don't know.
Get the Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Yes. Oh my god.
Exactly.
I mean, you're deliberately misinterpreting what I'm saying, which is kind of disingenuous.
Not
Bro,
really.
my computer is...
Not really. Oh, really? Not really. Let's just go through this again real quick. Yeah, I would have.
It's another percent. It's just another statistic.
Yeah, but
and you're making it happen.
Yeah, but you keep putting this on me, and it's like
But I'm just saying, like, but it's the same. It's the same thing. Like, how do more guns or how do more weapons become available? It's people who promote them. It's people
yeah,
who
and
make,
I'm
put
okay
them
with
in the
that.
market, like, as much as possible.
Like, I don't think it's my responsibility if somebody buys a knife and fucking
yeah,
stabs
your
someone
kid's
with it.
not your responsibility. You're right.
Like, what a fucking loser! You're deliberately misinterpreting what I'm saying, which is kind of disingenuous.
Not
Bro,
really.
my computer's
I
You
mean-
understand that
Dog
the
water.
outcomes are possible, and yet you're telling me I'm misunderstanding it.
I like your little commentary on your computer.
Yeah.
Dude, like, all kinds of ridiculous outcomes are
The
possible.
outcomes wouldn't be possible if the knife wasn't involved, wouldn't it be?
What are you talking about? If you're saying, well, they can just
you
pick a weapon and
didn't-
use it, they could pick up a rock and hit you in the fucking head with it, right?
Correct, but they'd have more self-control because
Why would they
nobody's
suddenly
training
have more
themselves every day
self-control?
throwing a rock at someone. Plus, your
But
fists
if
are
you
going to be
didn't
way
show
more
them the
usable
knife-
than a rock in a immediate situation.
If you didn't show them the knife.
Your argument is continually trying to put school shootings and shit on me. That's you're not really addressing what I'm saying at its core. You're just saying I'm a bad person. Like, that doesn't
I'm
really make me.
never ever saying shootings. I'm saying knives. I'm talking about stabbings.
Yeah, the big difference. But you're talking about attacks at schools, right?
Boys, if you shut the fuck up. Like,
The thing
is,
is,
points aren't going anywhere, and like it just doesn't matter at this point.
Huh?
the thing
It kind
is,
of does,
when you
'cause if I
show
can
the kid
convince
the
him to be a
knife,
better person, then someone may not get hurt in the future.
People,
but,
they
like-
confiscate your stuff at school, man. You can't just bring a knife to school.
Yeah, they don't confiscate all of them. Otherwise,
Unless
there'd be
you
less stabbings in
smuggle it,
schools.
unless
I actually
you
made a
smuggle it
point
in,
here
you're-
that was about like being able to get stuff in school through your backpack. But I was not don't take that the wrong way. I was not defending Brandon. I was just stating to that kid that you could take stuff
Right.
to school.
Yeah.
People,
but,
they
like-
confiscate your stuff at school, man. You can't just bring a knife to school.
Yeah, they don't confiscate all of them. Otherwise,
Unless
there'd be
you
less stabbings in
smuggle
schools,
it,
right?
unless you smuggle it.
Okay, how often do kids get stabbed at schools? Like, do you live in the UK
Okay,
or
well,
something? Like, what the fuck?
Dude,
I mean, it depends on
It's
what inner
not
city we're
that
talking
many.
about.
Jeez.
It depends on the inner city we're talking about. But
that's true.
however, it doesn't. Here's one of the problems that he's not really acknowledging, and this has been an ongoing theme. It could be any knife. It could be a kitchen knife. Actually, that's probably the most likely one. Think about what is most accessible. Well, these kids in high school probably don't have a lot of money. They probably use what is closest or take what is closest, a kitchen knife, bring that to school, hide it in a backpack, hide it in clothes, hide it wherever they hide it. And most assaults, I bet, taking place at high schools with a knife are with a kitchen knife. I would be willing to bet a lot of money on that because it makes, usually the simplest explanation is the one that's most correct. The chances of them using something like a $365 Alpha Beast are just so insanely low. And you can lower it. It doesn't need to be an Alpha Beast. You could say, oh, well, you can get a $20 Balisong off of whatever random website. That's true. It can still harm somebody. But again, there's some barriers to getting that. They have to order that offline. Or they have to know somebody that they can purchase it from, which that's a low likelihood. So the most likely situation is that they're going to be ordering it offline. That's a lot of premeditated things going on where he said, what if you get emotional? Well, bringing a Balisong that you ordered to school, or bringing a Balisong to school that you ordered offline is like a 7-day process to then go ahead and carry out that act of violence. Emotional ones are, I went home that night, the next day I took the kitchen knife, I went to school, and then carried out the act of violence. He's not separating that, like, reality versus his perception of reality. Most assaults are just not happening with Balisongs. I can promise you that.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, they don't confiscate all of them. Otherwise,
Unless
there'd be
you
less stabbings in
smuggle
schools,
it,
right?
unless you smuggle it in, you're not getting a knife in school. If you're flashing it around, I'm sure
the
someone will
only
notice. and
the
take
only
it
thing
from
is
you.
kids will take them to like parks and stuff,
Yeah,
and
so
then
what?
they will.
Yeah, well, that's different, dude.
Why
Yeah,
can't
so
a kid have a
easy
knife
to
in a
the
pick.
cart?
same thing will happen in park.
That's kind of their
Listen.
fault, though. And
Listen, Jay, it's so easy to take a gun or a knife to school as long as you're not telling people you have it. Just have it in your bag or whatever. Because how often do they check your bags at school?
Right.
Not
pretty
very
damn
often.
Never.
often.
I'm just saying that. I'm not saying anything else. That was like one thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
the thing is, when you show the kid the blade, they are interested in that blade. They will buy the blade, but they might not be responsible with said blade.
Yeah, when I was given a Benchmade Pika 2 for Christmas. Oh, Christ. All right, this is about to get exposed. Oh, my God. All right, I never want to be reminded of this ever, okay? Yeah, when I was given a Benchmade Pika 2 for Christmas, the next morning, I was trying to, like, flick it open, and it had, like, a spring mechanism, and it closed on my finger. And I knew I would get my knife taken away if my parents knew that I cut myself with it. So I sat in my bed on the morning after Christmas until about 2 in the afternoon, pinching my fucking finger together and hoping it would stick and it would stop bleeding. And it did. And I literally sat there for hours. And I didn't tell my parents about it until, like, a few years ago, you know? But it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not any worse off because that I know. Like, I'm not any worse off
It's a
because that
learning
happened.
experience, dude.
Yeah.
If you go into a live blade expecting not to get cut, that's kind of fucking lame, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm a lot, like, I haven't tried to do that ever again. You know what I mean?
Balisong was a live blade, and it just was. It kind of sucked, to be honest, because it was a Baron Sons. But not only that, it cut me a lot. But I learned a lot of, like, good traits from it, or good, what's it called, behaviors.
Good
Yeah.
habits.
Yeah, but the thing is, you should probably buy a trainer first so that you don't have
Yeah,
to risk getting
start out
cut
with
when
the
you do
trainer.
Well, it
go
wasn't my
into getting
choice.
a
My
live
then-
parents
blade.
bought it for me. My parents bought it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think, like, people are going to
They
end
just-
up severely
saw it on
hurting
Blade
themselves with, like, the average Balisongs that you buy.
I would say start out with the trainer, and then once you progress and you think you're good enough, then get a live blade.
No, if you start off with the trainer and you go to live blade and you don't know what you're doing, that you're gonna get cut worse because you're gonna be used to, like, the trainer, like how you.
You're
flip
going
the
to have a
trainer.
false sense of confidence because you didn't get cut in times when you should have, but you don't
that's
necessarily
what there's a
realize you
button.
should have been cut.
Yeah, basically.
What?
All right.
But
You guys can put your hand on the stove all the time, but when you see it's on, I bet you wouldn't, right?
No.
The man is literally retarded, my guys. Like, he's literally beyond fucking help.
How does he make this a comparison?
I don't fucking know. I have no fucking clue.
What fun do you have putting your hand on an
I don't
oven in
touch
the
a
first place?
stove for fun, and sometimes it's on, sometimes it's not. Like, what did this
Yeah,
kid
that
do for
makes
fun as a
no
kid?
s-
Or what did this guy
That
do
makes
for
no
fun?
sense.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. Like, ugh.
All right.
but
You guys can put your hand on the stove all the time, but when you see it's on, I bet you wouldn't, right?
No.
I mean,
Bold
Yeah,
of him
so
to
there is-
assume
I put
that I
my hand-
wouldn't. Like,
I
I just
know.
want to. I mean,
right. What a
Because-
bigot.
well, because I don't know. I have tried some dumb things with, like, hot pans before, where there's that cool little effect where you'll get, like, that little water
Light and
vapor
frost.
thing. I'm not saying anyone should try this. I'm just saying it is a fact that if there's a barrier such as water, it will vaporize, and technically you're not really touching it, but it would appear as though you're touching the surface of the metal, when in reality there's a layer of water that's being vaporized before your hand actually then touches that metal and actually gets burned. So just a little cool side science thing.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah, so there is.
I
no
put my
false
hand in the
insecurity
oven
between
when
a
it's
trainer and a
on.
live blade, because once you see a blade, you know there's danger regardless of your training.
yeah, but you might not think that you might, because the trainer doesn't cut you, you might think that the blade isn't nicking you at times when it actually is. That's the point, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
might
why you shouldn't
think,
be flipping a knife.
God, the man has fucking Down syndrome.
I know, right?
It's unreal.
He didn't know what we were, like, talking about. Like,
He
he
still,
didn't know why we said that.
dude, I'm still convinced he has no fucking clue what point that guy was trying to make about, like, you know, why flipping a trainer can give you a false sense of security.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what he was talking about.
I don't think so. I think he's fucking oblivious.
Well,
What do you
gotta
think?
get used to it, dude.
What do
Yeah,
you
you
think?
just gotta get used to getting cut. You're right. That's a smart idea.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Definitely be used to getting cut. Yes. Great idea.
how else are you supposed to flip a live blade if you're not
You're not
like?
supposed to. Knives
Dude.
are a utility tool. They're not meant to be flipped.
Yeah.
That's my
Literally,
whole
if you're
argument.
if you're going to get something that can cut, get
Jesus
a pocket
Christ.
knife. If you want to get something to flip, get a trainer.
Why are you so mad, Why Guy Games? Like, we're just talking, bro.
Right, but
I'm
I
not.
don't.
I'm just
I
stating common
hate
facts.
knowing that there's a listen. The stigma is, especially if you're older, you're automatically cooler because you have more experience than someone younger. Not just in flipping, but in life. So when any of these kids are hearing anyone promoting the fact that no, this guy's wrong, live blades are great. You should be using them when you're young. And the thing is, when they go to make a mistake, something that you're not around for to stop, and then you go, oh, well, that's just their mistake, and now it's their problem, even though I'm the one promoting it. It is your fucking problem.
I mean, I don't disconnect myself from that, but I also don't pretend like they're not going to get cut if they're flipping a live
anyone
blade.
who's ever heard you say that it was okay and then they end up hurting themselves, they think about the moment that, oh, this person told me it would be fine. And then they're going through these problems and you're like, what?
Okay, look at this. Like, what even is this stupid fucking argument? All right, I'm moving Jay, and this is the kid who was in the... oh, he moved himself out. That's interesting decision.
I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to understand, like, there's got to be something that happened to this. And I'm not trying to be mean. I know we've kind of been ripping on the guy, but something had to happen to him for him to take such a bizarre stance. Like, this isn't...
I don't think so. I think he just wants to be morally superior. Like, you see this same kind of bullshit with people all the time.
There's a chance, but there's so much more to the story that I feel like he didn't explain, either because who knows why. But it's such a weird hill to die
There's
on.
no like straight story. He like switches like the analogy every 5 seconds, and it's always like super extreme.
Yeah.
I feel like he uses the worst examples against live blades to represent them, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not fair, I guess.
It's because he doesn't have any confidence in his argument. That's why he has to keep going to these extremes. You know, it's like, it's the same with him, like, doing this stupid, you know, basically implying that, like, well, what happens if you tell a kid it's okay to flip a live blade, and then they cut themselves, and then they're thinking back to when you told them it was going to be okay. Well, it is going to be okay, first off. They aren't going to fucking die from the fucking live blade cut, right?
Yeah.
Second, I never told them it was going to be okay. Right, I would never tell someone. Actually, I'm just gonna play because I respond to this guy in the actual argument. But
Be using them when
what
you're
an
young.
idiot!
And the thing is, when they go to make a mistake, something that you're not around for to stop, and then you go, oh, well, that's just their mistake, and now it's their problem, even though I'm the one promoting it. It is your fucking problem.
I mean, I don't disconnect myself from that, but I also don't pretend like they're not gonna get cut if they're flipping a live blade.
Anyone who's ever heard you say that it was okay and then they end up hurting themselves, they think about the moment that, oh, this person told me it would be fine. And then they're going through these problems and you're like, well, it's just a
But I
learning
don't
curve.
tell them that they're not going to get cut. I would never tell someone that if they're flipping a live blade, they're not going to get cut.
Yeah,
Why would I
this
tell
can
them
cut
that?
you. If you want to buy this, it's going to cut you if you're not careful. That's just the reality.
Yeah,
That's
I don't. Why would I, like? What you're basically saying is like, oh, I tell them it's all going to be fine, and you know they're not going to get cut with it or something. But I would never tell them that because that's a fucking lie. Like
You see,
I
knives
don't-
themselves aren't meant to be flipped. Trainers are made to be flipped.
I just want to point out this kid is getting really worked up, and he got worked up at the same time that Brandon got worked up, and like. I kind of feel like these kids who are joining and watching his late night Call of Duty popular YouTuber fucking streaming are like desperate to get this guy's approval, and he just like only gives that approval to people who are going to like suck up to him.
He's doing it for clout. Like, he just wants the attention, really.
Yeah, and I just...
He wants the extra bonus points.
It's weird and manipulative. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It gives me a weird
I saw
vibe.
someone on his Instagram live last night that was a super suck up. And, like, I was questioning... I was trying to question Brandon about why I was banned specifically. And, again, he just gave me the same bullshit. But
what did he say?
The guy... And he was saying, like... well, there was these guys from another server, and they were talking about live blades, and he had some Deadshot made some weird points about live blades a couple times. So I banned this kid, and then I banned Deadshot by association because I just didn't want to have any drama.
Yeah, and he banned
And-
Jay too.
And Modern.
Oh yeah, he did.
he
He banned Modern
All
Balisong
Modern
too.
did. All Modern did was join the call, ask what happened, and got instantly banned.
Yep.
Yeah, and I even tried to join back and give a reasonable like, hey man, I don't know why, like what's up with the ban, but you know, I wasn't trying to be weird or anything. I just had a few things that was my opinion. And before I could even utter a word, I was banned.
Yep. And that's the same thing happened to Modern Balisong. He joined in when he saw that we were in my Squiggle Scale server, and we told him what had happened, and he's like, should I join and ask him what happened and let you guys know what he said? And we're like, yeah, dude, go for it. He joined, he got
I
insta
saw the
banned.
recording.
Yep. He sent us the recording of it. So I don't know if I have it ready right now. I'll have to double check. But I also
I could send you it.
hold on, after this conversation or after this recording ends, you will see, or I'll try to get up the recording of Deadshot where he's showing what Brandon's saying after the fact, and it's like, it's pretty cringe, dude.
Correct.
I don't see why it's a problem if somebody wants to have that added risk of cut because they find it more
Yeah.
exciting. People go rock
They
climbing, people
can.
fly aerobatic planes, right?
Completely different.
How is that completely different?
It's still the
my
same
in a plane,
subject,
The
though. You
understanding
can
of
fly in
risk,
both.
the understanding of risk to outcome is different from flipping because the outcome, like when you're climbing a wall, the worst outcome and probably the only outcome is either slipping or falling. It's two things.
Okay, I'm just gonna pause. What about slipping or falling off of Half Dome is better than getting cut by a Balisong?
That's just he's just showing worse examples. It doesn't make any sense.
It's fucking
Yeah, and
ridiculous.
if you're slipping and falling off of like a free climb or anything like rock climbing, like a actual surface of a rock, like if you're mountain climbing or something, that could easily result in death, and
Oh.
you're not gonna very easily kill yourself accidentally or ever with the Balisong.
Can we just
Right.
be real? Like, the only way you can really cut yourself the worst is by maybe cutting tip of your finger off. But without applying force, you really can't damage yourself that bad with the Balisong.
Yeah, you'd have to try to do a net catch or something and have that go wrong.
Yeah.
And when it comes to flipping, you never know when you're going to get cut because
Yeah, when you're climbing Half Dome, you never know when you're gonna fucking fall. There's so many points you can fucking fall.
You never know when you're gonna step on a rock that's unstable. It's gonna slip out, and then you're dead.
Yeah. Climbing Mount Rainier, fall into a crevasse.
I thought it was the worst when he compared it to Russian roulette.
Yeah, but
the odds are
yeah.
so off.
But at least the problem with this one is like I'm literally making a point, like there are people who literally risk their lives for a hobby, right? And
Yeah.
like to say that that's somehow less of a risk than Balisong flipping is like holy shit, dude. Like
I know,
It's
right?
an understatement, dude.
How do you wrap your mind around that?
I don't
like,
fucking know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And when it comes to flipping, you never know when you're going to get cut because you're.
I mean, kind of you
Actually,
do.
okay,
though.
as someone who's like relatively experienced here, going off of a 7-year track record now, you kind of know when you're about to get yeeted.
I don't even fucking flip, and I know when I did flip, I knew when I was like risking getting cut. Like,
The only time that you don't really know is when you're not paying attention, but guess whose fault that is? And that's user
it's
error.
probably mine. Let's be honest. It's probably mine somehow, based on how this whole
Somehow.
conversation is going.
Like really
I
the
think
most
so.
yeah.
No, but like the most likely injury to occur where you don't know when it's going to happen is a ring of shame. That's the most likely one where you go into a chaplain thinking that you're safe and then you get whacked on a ring of shame. Otherwise,
Exactly.
I typically know, ooh, I'm trying a pretty risky aerial. This could go wrong. It's not going to be a mystery to me if I try and go for like a triple scissor and I get whacked. Oh, how could that have happened? That's not going to be the question that I have going through my mind. It's going to
Pretty
be,
obvious.
yeah, I knew that could happen, and it did.
Right.
Exactly.
Always going to be
Yeah.
flipping, and even if you're repeating it, you still have the opportunity of getting cut. And
Yeah,
you
but
never
it's
know
the
when
same
gonna
exact thing
happen.
if you're rock climbing Half Dome. You still have the same
but
risk of falling.
It's rather 50-50, but when you're flipping, it's 100% you're going to get cut. No one has ever flipped and not gotten cut.
He said
It's not a
50-50.
thing.
It's totally random, actually. Like,
Yeah,
what?
I know. And
How do you know for sure it's exactly 50-50? You could get
It's
cut
not.
or
That's
fall at
100%
any time.
fall.
yeah, I think he's just
And
doesn't
it's
even get
just
the
false.
point.
But he's bullshitting.
He probably doesn't even know what rock climbing is, like
He
half
probably
dome or
doesn't,
anything.
because he literally is like, oh, you fall off a wall and you land on the floor. Like, well,
You know what he's thinking? He's thinking of like the little like party planet, like tiny walls that you climb
I think
with
so.
the rope.
I think so. How
That's what
fucking
he's
sheltered
thinking
is
of.
this guy, dude?
I know.
I used aerobatic planes as an example. Do you think he even knows what that is? He probably
has
fucking
no
doesn't.
idea.
Oh my
No.
god.
He has no idea.
If I had realized he was this fucking retarded, maybe I could have made like some better examples. You know, broke the fucking crayons out. You know, maybe.
Yeah,
This
like
man,
he
take
even
him
lied
to
about-
Chuck E. Cheese or something. Like,
Yeah.
He lied
jeez.
about
Gotta
being
go more down on
homeless as
his
well.
level to like stuff that he would think about. Like maybe like the Burger King guy like came out of the box and killed him or something.
I
That would
know.
be more sense for him.
What were you saying, Jay?
The fact that he even lied about being homeless for like 7 months, having to fight other homeless people.
Oh, I have
Like-
no idea if that's true or not, but it sounds
He
made
literally
up.
told that. He told that before, like 2 hours where you joined, and then I joined back, and this went down. He told me that whole thing, and he
Yeah.
expected me to believe it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do know when I was there, he was telling me that like he cooked soup in a boot or something completely retarded like that.
Oh, what?
Like, dude, is that
Yeah.
your best example? Jeez.
Like it's a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I've never been homeless, and I don't like. I don't know, man. Maybe you could cook soup in a shoe in a boot, but like I don't think you could. You know, so I don't know.
What? But does
Anyone who's
Brandon
flipped
even
a
seem
live
like that?
blade?
Wait, hold on.
What?
What?
Anyone who's flipped a live blade they've gotten cut in some way, shape, or form.
Look how flustered he is now. By the way,
He's struggling.
I know
He's
he is fucking dude,
He's getting angry, dude. He knows that he's wrong.
and you know how bad he wants to ban me right now.
Exactly.
You know.
struggling. Yeah. He
Great
probably
point.
has his finger on the
He's
button.
waiting.
Oh yeah,
He's waiting till the right moment where it seems justified.
yeah. Where you can come up with an excuse for it.
You can
Yes.
tell when his voice starts accelerating. That's when he's like really like, all right, I'm gonna press it, and he's like waiting for the moment.
I know. He just wants me to say something really
I
fucked
remember
up.
when he banned us all at the same time. He started explaining why he did it to all the other people.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a little bit of that.
Yeah,
Then I
that
left.
was fucking funny.
It's rather 50-50, but when you're flipping, it's 100% you're going to get cut. No one has ever flipped and not gotten cut. It's not a thing.
What?
Anyone who's flipped a live blade they've gotten cut in some way, shape, or form. Scrape,
Oh.
cut, nick, whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's gonna
I mean,
happen.
what's
Yeah,
how
so-
is it worse to flip a live blade than to like rock
To
climb?
flip a trainer, I can give you thousands.
Do you like how he's so retarded that he's not even following the like point that I'm making? Like he somehow thinks I'm
Exactly.
gonna ask about a trainer.
Yeah.
Like dude, like your fucking awareness of what the argument you're talking about even is so fucking out there. Like
He's not getting to the main point.
yeah,
He's trying to like make his own point.
why would I say why is flipping a live blade worse than flipping a trainer? Like I'm not as retarded as you are, Brandon. Like I'm obviously making a different point. Like can you try to keep up with us, please, bro? Like I know it's really hard, but just try at least. Okay, man, please.
Well,
yeah,
it's
but
gonna
I mean,
happen.
Yeah,
how
so-
is it worse to flip a live blade than to like rock
To
climb?
flip a trainer, I can give you thousands of reasons.
I mean, your argument is
That's
valid.
so dumb.
I know. I
right there.
literally didn't even know what to say. I was like, okay, like what?
But at the same time, I feel like if someone wants to get a live blade, they should be able to get a live blade.
They can get a live blade, but the person who ended up promoting that live blade, when their fingers
But I
just
feel like it's
completely
your
gone for the
personal
rest of their
it's
lives.
your
It's their
personal- it's your-
problem.
Wait, how
It's your
would their finger be
personal
gone for the rest of
preference
their
if
lives?
you want a live blade
If
over
it
a
gets
trainer
chopped
blade.
off.
Cut it
You're
off.
not gonna cut your finger off.
Decide.
You're not gonna cut
you-
your finger off.
You can.
you-
You're not going to.
It is
You can.
possible.
No, wait, shut up.
Bro,
Shut
you
up.
would have to like.
Dude, so listen, I don't know how to fucking say this, okay? But like you're just wrong. Like you're not gonna cut your finger off when you're flipping. Like you're just not, and I'm not gonna sit here and spend 30 minutes explaining to you why you're wrong.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm already gonna spend like 3 minutes trying to get it through your thick fucking head when I'm talking to you here. But you know, I'm pretty sure everyone watching this stream is smart enough to realize that your fucking hand or your finger doesn't just fall off when you're flipping.
their fingers
But I
just
feel like it's
completely
your
gone for the
personal.
rest of their
It's your
lives. It's their
personal.
problem.
Wait, how
It's your
would their finger be
personal
gone for the rest of
preference
their
if you
lives?
want a live blade
If
over
it
a
gets
trainer
If you
blade.
chopped
cut it
You're
off,
not gonna cut your finger off.
This
You can.
side,
You're not gonna cut
you-
your finger off.
You can.
you
You're not going to.
it is
You can.
possible.
no. Wait, shut up.
Bro,
Shut
you
up.
would have to like to cut your finger off like that. You would have to like slam the blade like on your.
Yeah, there's no
fucking,
way
like,
you can
hand.
flip and
Impossible.
cut
It
your
would take an
whole-
incredible amount of force to actually cut your finger off, even with a very sharp
There's
knife.
so many minute situations that you guys aren't even factoring in. Like
Yo,
if I
I
go to
could-
drop this and I accidentally and I like go to grab it and my arm fucking jumps up and my hand slaps against the blade, now I have a huge chop in my hand. And
Who
I
does
possibly
that?
lost-
Like what? Who
I
drops
know.
their knife and like slaps it around like freaking like bouncing a ball around and like hopefully they catch it in the right
Right.
position.
Yeah, no, it's like you guys are forgetting all these minute situations. Like if you put your knife in a hydraulic press and you put your finger in there, you know, like oh wow,
Like, what?
yeah, spare some of your wisdom for me, Brandon, you fucking moron.
lost finger. There's so many like
But-
minute things.
I could.
You
I
guys are
could pull
thinking in
up
general
50
flipping.
people right
Of
now.
course, you're not going to
that-
get nicked or cut that many times in just
I
general
start
flipping.
dying right
But
here.
It's
Yeah.
the drops, the recatches, the oops, I try to catch this to make it not drop in the water. It's like these weird situations that happen in a lot of instances that you're not thinking of.
Yeah, but
You know,
that doesn't result. Any of those situations you just brought up don't result in you losing a finger.
Okay, what about in the result where you're flipping and then it slips and it jabs in right into your throat?
Dude, I forgot he switched to the topic of the throat.
I know, right?
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
He's like, well, what about the situation in which it does happen? Like,
I started immediately laughing right there when he said that.
yeah, but
You know,
that doesn't result. Any of those situations you just brought up don't result in you losing a finger.
Okay, what about in the result where you're flipping and then it slips and it jabs in right into your throat? Direct, pierce.
Yeah,
Into
but
your
it
what?
There
depends.
are about 50
Into your
people
throat.
right now who
How
have
would
been
it jab into your
seriously
throat?
injured because they flipped a
could.
live blade.
How would it jab into your throat?
Okay, so I just want to
Like, unless-
provide a little commentary here. There is a YouTuber, if anyone wants to look him up, very talented flipper named Slash and Cuts. He has done some flipping videos where he actually lies down on the ground and does aerials while laying on the ground. It could happen, but most people aren't Slash and Cuts, and most people wouldn't even attempt it. I mean, that's just...
Yeah.
and the skill level you need to be doing that anyways. Like, yeah, you're taking on the risk, but it's the same risk that somebody takes on as like a professional race car driver. Like those I forget what they're called, but they're like the ones that kind of go through the woods on those narrow roads. Not through the wood. Like
kind of like a Baja driver. Baja.
It's like a paved road, but it's like these narrow roads and these like kind of remote-ish regions. I don't know what it's
I only
called.
think the dirt rally game is what I think.
Is it? I think it's rally. Is it just rally
Yeah,
racing? Is it
rally?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. In the same way that those people could get serious injuries, but like at the same time, they're
That could be
also
lethal.
yeah. It's just these are so specific. Like that's what I'm trying to get at though. Like it's so specific for someone to find themselves behind a rally race car, as much as it is specific for someone to do Balisong tricks where there would be serious risk to the throat region, because slipping implies a downward force. So you'd have to be attempting an aerial, and you'd have to be attempting an aerial with quite the sharp edge or quite the sharp tip or pointed tip.
And quite the aggressive aerial.
It's like it again could happen, but you're given a lot of liberties. Like you're a lot of liberties to the situation.
Again, you have to think about it. Not only going through your skin and flesh and everything, but also going through the finger bone, and then going out the other side to cut it clean off.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know what he's talking
It's
about.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, and like there's no let's not stick on it for too long, because like it's one of those things that like there's no real effective way to like give some kind of quantitative like reason why he's wrong, but like unless you're gonna sit there and like try to cut someone's finger off, you don't understand how much like force that shit's gonna take, right? You already know how much force it is to try to cut through like a fucking steak with a sharp knife. Like you still have to slide back and forth with it. right? You still need that sawing motion, right? And that's with a sharp knife. You don't really push cut a steak even with like a razor sharp knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, and so to think that you're going to do that to not just like flesh but bone and cartilage and everything else. Yeah.
That's when it's tender. It has no bone in the spot that you're cutting.
Right. No.
And it's already heated up and everything, so it's like open.
Yeah, but to be fair, this guy allegedly, gets his soup made.
Oh yeah, if you hit bone, it's not cutting through. You're gonna be in a degloving situation, but it's not cutting through. The
but even that,
situation,
you would need a full cut to like deglove, and you'd have to get all the tendons and shit off there. And the muscle and shit is still attached to your skin. It's not just loose on there. It would have to rip it off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not cutting your finger off with a Balisong. Like, you're just not. And I'm sorry if he's retarded and he can't understand that. That's okay. He's completely welcome to be retarded. And he goes,
I think so. Like a game show host.
I know. Like, unless you're trying to catch the live blade with your neck, which I think is kind of a dumb thing to do. That one I think is a little bit like, wow, that's kind of questionable. But, I don't know. If I say, hey, like if I post videos of me flipping a live blade or something.
Any kids under the age of 18 that are signing those death waivers to go into the competition are forced to use a live blade.
In my state, it's like...
Yeah, but
see, this is where we know he's got a knowledge gap. So I don't know how to say this again without hurting feelings. But even in competitions, there are people who are using blades that appear to be live blade, but are very much dull.
Like all of his knives are. Let's be fucking real.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the process of like analyzing clips, but if need be, we can analyze and show how many competitors had moments where they would have gotten a full-on cut but walked away with a minimal cut or none at all. So this just speaks to his inability to analyze actual flipping clips, especially competition clips, and without having some kind of, which they don't have the time to do it, nor do I think they truly care. I mean, I think they do want a live blade winner to actually be the one that wins, and maybe the judges can pick up on who actually has a live blade. But the reality is there are competitors who are not flipping a true live blade. So I just want to comment on that.
Yeah. But, it's like, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I kind of feel like there's no real, like, I don't even really get what kind of argument he's trying to make. You know what I mean? Like, he just kind of... Yeah, he just keeps bringing up all these random situations why, a live blade could theoretically be bad. It's like, I don't know. God, I like the thumbnail for this fucking video.
In my state, it's like...
Yeah, but wouldn't they already be trained to use a live blade?
I mean...
Good point. Kid raised a good point.
It's literally illegal to flip a live blade.
Where? Say again, Y Games?
In some states, it's literally illegal to flip a live blade.
Yeah, but that's
it's not illegal to flip a live blade. It would be illegal to carry it.
About age.
They're not illegal to own. They'd be illegal to carry.
Exactly.
So...
Like, California has a law.
It's not illegal to flip in California. It's just illegal to carry them. You also gotta like the just complete uninformed nature of all of this. Like, it's not illegal to own a Balisong in California. You just can't carry it. And it's
I think an easier way to...
Yeah.
I was just going to say, an easier way to describe it is you can have a Balisong on your property that you own. The second you walk off your property with that Balisong, that's when it could become problematic.
Right.
Yeah, I still do it, not gonna lie. I still go out with my knives.
Yeah, just be really careful, because yeah, that could go downhill really fucking fast.
Yeah, only be careful when you're gonna get caught, not when you're gonna get cut.
God, what? He's so fucking retarded, man. It's mind-blowing. And he's so smug about it. He's so smug about being such a fucking retard.
He explained it worse. Like, you explained it the proper way.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get cut. Like, I promise, no flipper, like a seriously talented flipper.
Like, did
none
you
of them
hear
want
what he said right there?
Yeah.
It's like
Nobody
only-
wants to sustain
only
an
care when you're gonna
injury.
get caught, not when you're gonna get caught. Like, what?
Yeah, just be really
Like
careful.
I
'cause
promise. Like,
You're
I
good.
was just gonna say
Yeah,
like
no, yeah, I understand
an-
how it works.
an injury equals time off of flipping. Like if you get a bad enough injury, you could be not flipping for multiple days if it's in a bad spot. So like this idea that flippers are just cool with getting cut as if it's just nonchalant. Nobody's like trying to get cut. Like it's just not. You're not trying to purposely do that. Like I don't even. I'm.
Yeah,
Let him talk. Let him.
Yeah.
Not let him talk.
That could go downhill really fucking fast.
Yeah, only be careful when you're gonna get caught, not when you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, actually, the other thing here, see, funny enough, the fucking, interesting. I just got some cool screenshots from, oh, Colin Ninja was the one who removed your ban. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he did. Did you not
Damn,
know that?
what a badass. Wow.
Yeah, Colin's a
Man,
G.
look at how many people he bans. Holy shit.
Wait, I'm gonna check this out real quick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean that was regular. When I used to be a mod for him, like it would be like into the hundreds, like after a few days.
Wow. Yeah.
It was regular, but you know, I thought that was normal when at the time.
Yeah, holy shit. That's crazy. I mean, again, like you're kind of putting words in my
Removed,
mouth. I
banned.
never said not to be careful. I just don't have a problem with, like, I wouldn't have a problem if a 10-year-old wants to flip a live blade and his parents are cool with it. That doesn't bother me.
Wow.
So
I'm gonna
So
be
you
honest.
just wouldn't
with
recommend
you.
a trainer at that point, huh?
I'm gonna be.
I'd probably say, like, I
Hold on.
mean, at 10 years old, it's probably better to have a trainer than a live blade. But I mean, if their parents want them to, I don't care.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, if parents are letting kids flip a live blade, they're not without like any training or anything. If they're like just getting introduced or literally any or have not flipped a live blade.
Dude, I feel so bad for this kid. Like he clearly wants like Brandon to like him. Like he's trying so hard to like stick up for him. You know what I mean? Like it's just like fuck. And yet he can't talk really because he's scared about getting fucking banned. Like
Before, it's sort of a bad idea from the parents.
okay,
Why
but
can't a kid have a lighter?
Are you okay? Hold on.
I know.
on.
I had the same
All
fucking
right.
reaction.
Hold on.
I was like, huh?
Are we just gonna pretend that like kids don't do like survival-ish type courses like how to start a fire? Like, are we just gonna pretend?
Gonna pretend kids don't use lighters ever.
Like even lighting a birthday cake, I know there are cases when I was younger where I was given the lighter to light a cake because it was fun when you're a kid and you get to see the sparkles go up. Like
Right.
what?
Like, Brandon, we're not all retarded, bro. Like, I understand your parents had to take special measures with you because it's you, but not everybody's that way. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Like
Or
wow.
your house.
Yeah, but dude, just listen to my reaction with this. I'm gonna try to go back to where it is.
It's sort of a bad idea from the parents.
Okay,
Why
but
can't a kid have a lighter?
dude, my reaction to that is fucking funny. Okay,
Why
but
can't a kid have a lighter?
Or your house.
And
Yeah,
guess
but
why
then
that's
that'd
more
be
of a
different.
problem? 'cause
wait,
you're putting other
what
people
did
at
you
risk,
say?
right?
Wait, what did you say?
Why can't a kid have a lighter?
They can. Why can't they?
What do you mean?
They will burn the house down.
So when a kid
That's
goes
what
to
I
buy a
just said.
lighter, there's no ID?
No, I mean, like, I don't know what the laws would be for buying one. I just mean, like, the question is, well, can a kid have a lighter?
Yes.
And I
You
think
can possess
yes.
Bro, I
lighter.
can possess a lighter and
I
not
can
burn a
possess a
house
lighter
down. It's kind of
under-
easy.
Dude, I can possess a lighter under supervision.
Let's be honest. You have to ask your parents if you're a child. No, if you're a child and you want a lighter, you would have to ask. No, if you are
This
a younger
guy's
person and you
stumbling and
want a lighter,
fumbling right
you
now.
will probably have to ask
Yeah.
parent supervision, and if they let you, then that's their fault.
I'm trying to think if I may have muted somebody. Because it sounded almost like he was responding to somebody, but I don't think I had anybody muted in there.
No. People just weren't talking.
That's what I'm saying, man. People are scared to talk in that fucking little weasel's Discord server. You know what I mean? It's and now's probably a good time to mention it. Balisong community, which as far as I'm aware is the biggest one. You guys are fucking retarded. Okay, I got muted in there for saying retarded, and yeah, your server's fucking retarded. Okay, you know, so hey, if you guys want to join a Balisong Discord where you're allowed to say the fucking R word or whatever the fuck you want to say, go ahead and join mine. Join the Shiv Shack one or join the Scribble Skills Hangout or both. And yeah, you're not going to get banned for calling someone who's retarded. You know, so yeah. If you want to be treated like a fucking 10-year-old, you can go to the other one.
Yeah, it's in any way, somehow having a lighter as a child is going to turn out horribly.
Dude, I feel bad for this fucking kid. Like, you see how desperately he's trying to like stick up for Brandon.
He's trying way too hard, and it's like so like blatantly obvious what he's trying to do.
Yes.
I don't know.
And dude, that's just.
This is the same
Doesn't
kind
matter.
of behavior from the guy on Instagram Live, and it was making me sick. But this guy was actually like, an older teen, probably like 17 or 18 or something like that, and he was like the biggest suck up I've ever seen in my life. Like he was assuming, since Brandon banned me, I must have done something horrendous, and was like calling me all kinds of like weird stuff before he even knew why I was banned because I asked in chat. And he was talking about it.
Yeah.
It was crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All he wants around him is yes man.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Anything else is banned.
Doesn't
Bro, I
matter
had
if
a
he
lot
gets
of
from
lighters
small to
when I was a
huge,
kid.
if
I
he's
just
I
liked
don't know,
making
man.
fires though.
I
and, like,
used a lighter when
cooking.
I was a kid, never burned a fucking house down. I don't even consider myself a fucking genius, and I somehow managed to not burn the house down. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah.
And
dude.
because you guys haven't doesn't mean it hasn't happened at all.
I'm sure it's happened plenty of times.
But no,
I
you're
don't know.
taking you're taking. No, dude,
I wonder when
you
I
are
mentioned that one
taking
thing.
you are taking the worst. You're taking the worst examples and setting them in place.
Because they can happen if you don't take these safety precautions.
I mean, I'm
we got a
fine.
dislike, boys.
Wait, I missed what you were saying. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, we got a dislike, boys.
Oh, Brandon's here. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, sweet cheeks?
Because they can happen if you don't take these safety precautions.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
there
If
is
he's,
Yeah, but that isn't
like,
isn't-
it's fine if
can
he
you-
uses like an extreme example, because sometimes an extreme example is useful to make a point. But like, I mean, I still don't think that it disproves
I
what I'm
feel like
saying, or
that's
that it
kind.
makes
If
me
they light a
wrong.
field on fire, I feel like that's kind of their fault. It depends on the kid.
I mean,
just like it's
like-
just like this.
It's a
if
child.
every week you bought a 13-year-old a teddy bear versus bringing them a knife, right? One per week. Are they more likely to hurt themselves or others?
Yes, but this is why you don't bring.
I don't think they would play with the teddy
by
bear.
every
Bro,
week
This is
increasing.
what he had to be given as a kid because he couldn't be trusted with anything else. So this
Oh
is
god,
why
can
he's-
you imagine being his teddy bear? What kind of horrifying shit you would experience?
Bro, there's probably so many holes in the butt area.
Actually,
Oh,
I was gonna say something kind of more entertaining. Where you, as the teddy bear, you'd get stabbed, you'd get lit on fire.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Thrown through windows.
Oh my god, yeah. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Are they more likely to hurt themselves or others?
Yes, but
the
this is
potential
why
of
you
them
don't
likely
bring
I
it
to
don't
up
hurt
think
like
they would
that.
play with the teddy
by
bear.
every week increasing on the teddy bear side or on the knife side?
I don't think they would play with the teddy bear. Because I don't think they have an interest in the teddy bear. I understand you do, Brandon, okay? But I understand there are extenuating circumstances behind that need, okay?
Exactly.
It comes down to responsibility and common sense, really.
But you do think that they have
Exactly.
interest.
Which not many kids have.
Plenty of kids have
Wait,
common
let me-
sense.
let me
That's,
get some-
but
let me
how
get
are you saying? But how are you blaming that on a whole live blade? It's just if they cut themselves, that's their fault.
No.
No, because
You're
someone
wait.
put
down
into
to
the
how
What? Were you talking now?
Oh.
Or...
No, that's the
Oh
thing.
shit, that's confused me like 2 or 3 times now. I forgot to look over and see if you were talking though.
This
It's
is where I
just
mentioned
if they
that one
cut
thing.
themselves, that's their fault.
No.
No, because
You're
someone
wait.
Down
presented
to
a
how
live
it's
blade
advertised to
Brennan.
them.
Brennan, your whole
Hmm.
like opinion. I'm not saying you're like wrong or anything, but your whole
I'm
opinion's
absolutely
based around
correct,
like a kid
regardless of
being
whatever
super
any-
dumb.
Guys, shut up! You fucking idiot! Fuck! You can't even listen to somebody
I
making
know,
a
right?
point. Shut your fucking cocksucker, bro.
Opinion. I'm not saying you're like wrong or anything, but your whole
I'm
opinion's
absolutely
based around
correct,
like a kid
regardless of
being
whatever
super
anyone
dumb.
says. I promise you.
I'm saying your whole opinion revolves around the kid being straight up retarded.
Exactly.
That's
Wait,
No.
Look,
one
I
thing
don't
is
I
that-
don't think kids are stupid. And it's one of the things that annoys
don't
me is
think
when
kids are
people
stupid
treat
either.
kids like they're fucking stupid. Kids aren't stupid. Like kids are
Yes,
very
they are.
fucking intelligent. They're
I'm
just not
saying they
experienced.
are.
Okay, but they have no common sense. They have no responsibility. They think knives are dull. They think rock climbing is safe. They cross the street without looking both ways.
I know he said all those things.
I
He's
know.
not just pulling that out of his butt.
What a fucking yeah. Yeah, but I mean,
I
it's
mean,
like
the average kid isn't super smart if they're being wielded a knife.
the average kid has like 100 IQ or something like that.
What
But,
I'm
I mean,
trying
like,
to
come
say
on.
is they're more emotional. They're more
Emotionable. Emotionable.
All right. I wanted to mention something because it's been bothering me for a little while, where he's kind of saying this whole responsibility thing of like, oh, the company or the person promoting it is responsible for kids getting injured. I just want to read off the rules of engagement card that you get whenever you purchase, as an example, a BRS Balisong. It says, consumer of BRS product is responsible to know and follow all state, federal, and international laws applicable to the purchase and ownership, yada, yada, yada. And then this part right here. Actually, where is it? Where is it? Oh, actually, this might not say anything. Well, hold on. I might have. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is actually kind of just covering misuse, though. Okay. This is just about warranty. I lied. But still, it's still up to the owner and the parents, if they're buying it for their kid, to know to explain basic safety. So I thought I had the smoking gun here. I apologize.
Well, they don't. The thing is, they don't even need to tell you legally. They're still not fucking liable. Like they still
they're not
aren't.
liable at all. No, that'd fall under like what It's not. It's how can you hold them liable?
Well,
if you
there's
cutting yourself like an idiot.
You could argue that it's like foreseeable misuse or something. That's what they would be concerned about from a legal sense, okay? Because if product misuse is foreseeable, then you're more expected to, or there's a higher level of expectation, okay? But like at the end of the day, like you would have a hell of a fucking time trying to hold them responsible if someone was flipping a fucking knife around, right? So, that's what they're trying to go for, is that it's foreseeable product misuse. They're trying to cover their bases on that.
They're more emotional. They're more susceptible to emotion responses in a younger age. In the adolescent mind, you're more eager to do something you normally wouldn't without thinking it through first in a younger mindset. So if I became angry and had a weapon on me, I'm more likely to use it in my younger.
Yeah, we know you have a small penis. Okay, Brendan, you don't have to fucking tell everyone that, anytime you get in a fight, you have to use a weapon. We get it.
Mind, because I'm more emotional. I don't think of consequence immediately.
Yeah, I agree. I understand what you're saying.
It would also be the parents' fault as well, because if you're a child and you're going to get a knife, you probably have to ask your parents. But if their parents are also letting you do that, you have to take the blame on them as well.
I mean, even that, it's like weird but I mean, going back to what he initially said, you're saying that it's my fault as somebody who doesn't have a problem with kids having knives.
Partially,
it's somehow my
you're
fault.
A percent in everyone who says yes.
I don't agree. I don't think that
I'm not saying it all falls on you. I'm saying you're 1%.
a child a knife.
Out of everyone who
that is
also
so
says
unsafe.
yes.
Why is it so unsafe to give a child a knife, bro? Just listen. Why got games? Why is it so bad to give a kid a knife?
If that's
It's
the case,
not.
if that's
It's
the
bad
case,
when
I had to say why got games, who was one of these kids who just kept sticking up for him. So I keep trying to address this kid, and Brandon keeps jumping in because he's so fucking stupid. He thinks I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking retarded is this guy, dude? Like, he needs a fucking bib to eat soup. It's unfucking real. Guy wears a helmet when he's walking down the fucking sidewalk. It's unreal. It's unfucking real.
When you're
No,
giving a kid a
I'm
knife to
asking
flip
why
for
Guy
fun
Games.
alone
I'm
in their
asking
room.
why Guy Games, because he's the one who said giving a kid a knife is bad, and I want to know why he's saying that.
I'm saying giving a kid a knife to flip around alone.
I'm
is
not
bad.
asking you. I'm asking why Guy Games. Okay, this is the first time I get frustrated in this fucking thing. Like, this guy is so fucking stupid, he can't figure out that I'm not talking to him. That's how narcissistic this fucking little weirdo is. Jesus, dude.
The thing is, when you just randomly hand someone a knife.
Who randomly hands someone a knife and is nobody does that.
Well, that's what I do. I go to my local elementary school, like when they're on recess, and I kind of just like walk on the field, and I just give like a kid a knife, and I say, "Hey, show me some tricks." That's what I do.
Yeah, I think I should probably start doing that.
Yeah, it's a lot of
more.
fun. Just carry band-aids with you, of course. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, but you don't randomly hand it to them. They buy it.
When you
Jay,
just,
hold
when
on.
you
I
just,
want to
like,
hear what he
flip
says.
it, when you just like flip it and then like here you go, what do you think's gonna happen?
They're going to flip it. That's really what it's meant for.
They're going to flip it.
That's
and
not
then
what it
cut
was meant for,
themselves.
actually. In fact,
You like how all of a sudden Brandon fucking like is gonna pick a fight with this kid who's been sticking up for him the whole fucking time?
Yeah.
Like, he's such a fucking duplicitous little bitch. Like, it's unfucking real. Some of them were meant for that.
No, it's literally meant to be.
Some of them were meant for that.
I
yes.
understand the ones that are being designed today are more appealing to that market because people are, they're making new designs that are easier to flip because that's what people are in the demand for. So those.
But that doesn't mean that they're not designing the knife for flipping. And I can tell you that because I'm the one making my knife.
Money's involved and everyone's corrupt. But if the true future of
so
flipping
someone
were
who makes a knife designed to flip well is
then it would be
corrupt.
trainers only for flipping.
So someone
than
who designs a
risking
knife
kids'
to
lives.
flip well is corrupt. Is that what you're saying?
What'd you say?
You said someone who designs a knife to flip well is corrupt.
Wait, how did this conversation even start? I'm so confused.
I guess it's just some random kid joins.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if someone is designing a knife to flip well and it's intended for
You're
flipping,
picking small parts out of an argument to try to make me seem incorrect.
No, you retard. I'm breaking it down into like one step at a time because you struggle with even fucking that. You are struggling even when I literally am going through your argument one fucking iota at a time. Okay? It's unreal. Like, I understand that you struggle to understand this, but the reason I have to break your retarded fucking argument up into a bunch of different points is because, one, you say a lot of dumb shit in a short amount of time. It's pretty impressive, okay? And second, that's the only way to fucking get you to follow along. Like, fuck. I would say it all in one easy fucking statement. In fact, that's what I did in the beginning. And somehow you were talking about me shooting up a school or me promoting fucking stabbings in schools. It's unreal. So yes, that's why I have to break it up into one little thing at a time, is because you are fucking retarded, bro. Okay? I'm trying to address your argument one point at a time.
Kids to flip around. A kid can have a knife, that's totally fine, but you should
Wait, whoa! Hold up. Wait, it's okay for kids to have knives?
Wait a minute.
Dude, is this kid supporting fucking school stabbings?
Hold on.
Holy shit, bro. I think we have evidence of Brandon being in favor of school stabbings.
Hold on. I think we do.
Oh my, I'm going to play that again for you guys, okay?
A kid
One more
can have
take.
a knife, that's totally fine.
Holy fuck, he just said it.
Oh my god, I clipped it.
He just fucking said it, bro.
He said it.
Did you hear what he fucking said? Look at this! Look at this!
A kid can have a knife, that's totally fine.
Holy fuck!
Oh my god!
Holy fuck, let's mark that shit.
Yep, gotta
Holy
save it.
shit.
A
That
kid
one's
can
going
have
in
a
the
knife,
book.
that's totally fine.
Damn, this
Oh my
dude,
God.
did you guys know Brandon supports school stabbings?
Oh my god.
A kid can have a knife, that's totally fine, but you shouldn't give one to a kid to flip around.
You were saying that none of
What?
these
End of
Balisongs are
story.
designed for flipping. You
So
were
he's
none of
saying
these-
that it's okay to have a regular knife, but he doesn't think it's okay to have a Balisong.
Right.
I'm wondering, wait, does he actually live in the UK? Because this sounds like how they probably justify banning things like
He lives
Balisongs.
in Florida actually.
He lives in
Oh, I was-
Florida.
I was gonna say this sounds exactly like how they justify banning Balisongs, where they're like, okay, it's okay to have a knife, you just can't have this knife because it can flip. Like that's how I imagine the
There's
laws
more
get.
crimes getting carried out with regular knives than Balisongs.
Oh, that was always the way, yeah.
Right. And so if his argument is that a kid who is, quote, emotionable is going to have a knife at school, so you don't give kids live blades, but he's okay with kids having live blades, then why does it make a difference if it's a fucking folding knife as opposed to a balisong? Is he going to say that balisongs are more likely to promote violent behavior because they're associated with gangs or some stupid fucking argument like that? Like, literally, he's literally saying...
imagine so.
Oh, my
I
God.
imagine so.
It's unreal, dude. The guy, he's literally a fucking mouth breather, bro. It's unreal.
He really
You're
is,
saying-
though. Have you heard him breathe on the mic?
Oh my God, bro. I
He
could hear the
actually
fucking
does.
drool dripping on the fucking table. Okay? That's how fucking stupid this guy is. It's unreal.
When he's
You're
playing
saying
Modern
noise
Warfare, you
balisong.
just hear him breathing the whole time, like literally.
I know, and I'm just going to remind you guys, his name in Modern Warfare is Popular YouTuber. I swear to fucking God.
It is, bro. There's recordings of it.
Yeah, I happen to have one. Oh my God, bro. You were
18
saying
and
none of these
older,
balisongs.
don't care what you do with your life. You can kill yourself if you want if you're 18. But if
Okay, so as soon as you turn 18, guys, you're cool to
You
kill
can kill
yourself. Okay? So
Yeah,
everyone
apparently.
who's watching now, you're good to commit suicide. He gave you permission. You're good to go. Okay?
You're good to go.
if you're younger, I'm gonna care about you.
If you're younger, he cares about you. That's why he treats all these
As
young...
soon as you're 18, you're just off the block. He doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, he cares about the little kids. That's why he bans them if they say anything that he doesn't fucking like. But yeah, you care so much about the kids, bro.
And I don't
Yeah.
think that you should have something to flip around for fun. No one should, especially
For
if it has a
fun.
weight
Wait,
on it.
why does it matter if you have the emotion to do that, even if you're not 18? That's like saying you have to be over 18. Like what?
This kid
What?
brings up a
That's like
solid
saying you have
point.
to be
here.
Yeah.
over 18 to take a walk.
That's like saying you have to be. That's
No,
like
that's not saying that.
I'm so
Kids need to be under the
confused.
age of 18
No,
to kill
it's
yourself.
exactly
I'm sorry,
honestly
but
yeah.
going
it's
to
possible.
sound
That's a right
crazy,
point.
but it's like
Yep.
giving someone under like a 13-year-old the ability to drive. It's probably not going to be the best idea without parents.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
let
but you
I
can't
let
just
like
give
a
someone
fucking
ability.
10-year-old drive the golf cart at the
You
local
can
golf
trust a
course.
kid to look both ways before crossing a street.
Not always.
You're right. You're right. Not always, which is why they need supervision up to a certain age.
No, they need teaching, you stupid fucker. They need teaching. They don't need hand holding. Fuck, man. Why is this so fucking difficult, dude? I don't get it. What is so fucking hard to understand about this? You teach someone why they look both ways, so that they fucking start looking both ways. You don't
Yeah.
hold their hand their entire fucking life, you fucking weirdo. Jesus, man. Kids aren't as retarded as you are.
And I don't think that you should have something to flip around for fun. No one should, especially if it has a
Wait,
weight
wait,
on
He
it.
why
said
did-
especially again. Fuck, man.
Especially.
He's so fucking retarded.
Around for fun. No one should, especially if it has a
Wait,
Especially-
weight
wait,
on it.
why does it matter if you have the emotion to do that, even if
the ability to drive. It's probably not going to be the best idea without parents.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
let
but you
I
can't
let
just
like
give
a
someone
fucking
ability.
10-year-old drive the golf cart at the
You
local
can
golf
trust a
course.
kid to look both ways before crossing a street.
Not always.
You're right. You're right. Not always, which is why they need supervision up to a certain age.
Dude, you gotta love how he says you can trust a kid to look both ways on the street, and I say not always, and he's like, yeah, you're right. It's like, wait, okay, but you just said that you could. So fucking which
Yeah,
is it,
you're-
bro?
He was baiting you into that.
Yeah, it's such a fucking idiot, man.
You're right. You're right. Not always, which is why they need supervision up to a certain age.
Yes,
Yeah, but at a
exactly. That's
certain
what I'm
point,
getting at,
you
Brady.
have to let your kid
and if
be
they're still in
themselves.
adolescence, maybe if they're flipping a knife alone in their room, they also need supervision, don't you think?
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. Just leave your life.
They know what
kid
they're doing.
alone.
Dude, look at how mad he is. He's like stumbling over himself when he's trying to mock me.
Yes,
Yeah, but at
exactly.
a
That's
certain
what I'm
point,
getting at,
you
Brady.
have to let your kid
and if
be
they're still in
themselves.
adolescence, maybe if they're flipping a knife alone in their room, they also need supervision, don't you think?
Not necessarily.
Wait, can we
No,
pause
not
real quick?
necessarily. Just
Yep.
He's stating a bunch of analogies and stuff that could and are likely, if you mess up, to result in death compared to something that you're not going to kill yourself accidentally with.
I know. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Dude, the guy's so dumb he like disproves his own argument just by speaking. It's crazy. Which is how I feel like he knows he's wrong, but he's sticking to this because he thinks it's a moral high ground. Like the fact that
Yeah.
he's giving so many of these examples that would prove him wrong. I mean, I think he knows he's in the wrong, but he cherishes the moral high ground, especially when it's undeserved, like in this case, you know? Like,
Yeah.
hey, Here's a cool idea. How about you actually treat the people in your server like, you know, they're actual people who can have a different opinion? That would be a cool moral high ground to have.
You want to know what he said the other day? Like,
What?
someone asked him, like, so what's it like to be on the Discord again and with all the people and everything, all your fans? And he was like, oh, it's babysitting.
Wow, what a narcissistic fucking loser.
Right.
Like, ugh. You're not even good at Call of Duty, bro. Like, I hate to break it to you, okay?
He's terrible, bro.
Like,
Thank God.
oh my god.
I could
Fucking idiot.
clap him real quick.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine him in CS? Can you imagine how he'd fucking struggle running
Nah,
around with a
dude.
fucking P90? Using a Bison out long A or something? Oh my fucking god.
Oh, wow. He blocked Colin, the OG.
Oh my god, bro.
And this is a guy that they gave a free glow mod to. They're supposedly friends with them and everything.
Yeah.
Think?
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. Just leave your life.
They know what
kid
they're
alone
doing.
in the room flipping a knife. Yeah.
Because I don't think that someone just flipping a Balisong is going to just randomly die
Yeah,
from
and
it.
your
They're going to get
confidence is
cut.
going to keep your kid alive a long time.
All right, here. I'm going to tell you right now, stop bringing my fucking kid into it. I don't even have a kid yet, and I don't like you talking about my kid. It's fucking weird. Stop looking at my
That
kid.
is weird, bro.
Okay.
That is weird.
Like, it's just stay away from my fucking kid, you fucking weirdo. Okay? Jeez, dude. Fucking. Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. Just leave your life.
They know
kid
what they're
alone
doing.
in the room flipping a knife. Yeah.
Because I don't think that someone just flipping a Balisong is going to just randomly die
Yeah,
from it.
and your
They're going to get
confidence is
cut.
going to keep your kid alive a long time.
The funny thing is, actually, my confidence is probably a good thing. So my kid doesn't grow up thinking that they're a fucking failure because their own parents have no fucking faith in their ability to think something through. My kid isn't going to be fucking retarded like you. Okay? If my kid was retarded like you, that would be terrifying. Okay? Because he probably would end up fucking eating all the paint off my walls or something. Alright? So, yeah, put that out there. See, I don't know why you keep trying to make it personal. Like, it's just weird. I like.
Well, you're the only one, like, mainly opposing and just saying, no, it's totally fine.
Okay, then why did you ban everyone else, Brandon?
Yeah,
You
right.
fucking narcissistic bitch.
I've barely spoken
I
at
know.
this whole thing, and
Yeah.
he banned me. So
And
for
I'm
those
someone who opposes
of you wondering why I was banned, this is why.
Yep.
to it, so of course I'm gonna be crazy about it.
Well, I mean, me having a live blade as my first, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
I agree with that shot.
Everyone's different. Everyone's different. You think?
Wait, okay, so is it okay for some people to flip live blades? Pick a fucking position and stick with it. You fucking idiot. Dude,
Yeah.
he can't even decide what his fucking opinion is.
Everyone has over 100 IQ?
No, obviously not everyone has over 100 IQ because you are the perfect fucking example of how everyone doesn't have over 100 IQ. Your
Right.
IQ is like fucking room temperature on a fucking cold day. All right? Shut the fuck up.
Or
I
you
mean,
think
no.
So
everyone's
are you saying people are
responsible?
stupid? Like, I'm not really sure what argument you're
I'm
trying to
going
make.
to fucking ban him.
Boom. Banned.
Banned.
Banned. Dude.
Or
I
you
mean,
think
no.
So are
everyone's
you saying people are
responsible?
stupid? Like, I'm not really sure what argument you're
I'm
trying to
going
make.
to fucking ban him.
I'm going to fucking ban What him. argument you're trying
I'm
to
going
make.
to fucking ban him.
He was losing so hard.
I know.
He had nothing else to do besides ban. He
Yep.
didn't know what else to do.
Yep. What a
And then he
fucking loser.
banned me because I had an opinion about it as well.
Yep. So, anyways, that's what's happened.
Do you have the clip of
Let me see if
of
I
my
can
clip?
get it up real quick.
Because he was like, I banned him because I banned him because and it was weird.
Yeah,
so I left.
he was kind of like doing that.
Stutter.
Wasn't
He was stuttering out, bro. He was going crazy, spinning out, trying to explain to these kids that he did the right thing.
All right.
Right.
All right. You guys aren't going to be able to hear this one, but it's going to play on stream, okay? I just don't have a good way of playing it in Discord. Well, I guess I can. Give me a sec.
Doodaloo. Wow.
All right, you guys can hear.
Play it.
About live blades, I didn't ban him because he's not right or wrong about live blades. Only because
Could you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
about live blades, I didn't ban him because he's not right or wrong about live blades. Only because he keeps taking one point of every point that I'm saying and trying to make it seem like I'm wrong in one instance or another. I'm not saying anyone's stupid.
I'm not saying anyone's stupid. Yeah, actually, you were though. That's the kind of cringe
Yeah, that's
part.
when I left to go join you because I just realized that he was dumb, and then I was banned shortly after.
Yep, and I'll even play the audio from this one here. So I got banned.
Yeah, I know. He just like he was like, I banned that guy.
That's so fucking funny, bro. I recorded that whole fucking thing.
Yeah, he's retarded.
Yep. And yeah, then he banned you, and he banned Jay, and he banned Modern Balisong. So now you guys know that's why everyone got banned. So yeah, what do you guys think?
All from opinions. Yep.
Someone said who made the thumbnail of this video, it's the best thing I've ever seen.
So basically, guys, from what I've taken away from all this whole thing, if you ever disagree with Brandon about anything, be aware you will be banned.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you don't suck up to him, you know, if you're not some little kid who just fucking has to like try to stick up for him constantly, you know, it's like if you're not a fucking suck up, he doesn't want you there.
I was gonna say this is an important lesson in be careful who you follow online. This is a really good lesson in just because someone has a lot of followers or a lot of views, it doesn't necessarily make them someone to. I mean, I understand sometimes people just follow for content. I do the same thing, but certainly don't be idolizing people because of the number of followers they have. Because some people will abuse that. They will abuse that. I think that one of the notable things during the stream was that some people probably would have spoken up, but they just didn't want to have to deal with being singled out and saying something, and then having to deal with, oh, I might get banned from a stream. And perhaps another thing that happens is sometimes people in these groups get friends with people in that group, so they don't want to be removed from the friends that they enjoy speaking to in that group. There's a lot of things to consider that can also be avoided, though.
Yeah, it's like a cult. You know what I mean? Like you want to feel like you fit in with these people, and so they'll abuse that to get you to do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying some people in the group are just genuinely okay people, but they just want to have a place where they can hang out. It's just the person who's running the show is taking advantage of the fact that these people are using that space as a place to hang out.
Yep.
So that's kind of my takeaway from it. Be mindful that just because someone has followers doesn't mean that they're some kind of authority figure.
Oh yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Speaking
Besides
of which,
being.
if you want a real place to hang out and have fun with friends, Flippers United is always open for people to join, and we're really chill. You can say the R word.
Can you send me an invite link to it?
Yeah, I will. And of course, the Squiggle Scales Hangout is always available.
And Shiv Shack. I would say I'm more apt to spend time in Squiggle Scales, like if I'm in a voice chat, just because I kind of view Shiv Shack as like a me and Eric thing, and so I try to not do too much on that with him not there.
There you go. I sent you the
Is that invite good for like forever?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put that in the description here.
Yeah. We're really chill over here, and I try to make the more comfortable environment out of pretty much every community, because that's just how I'd like it.
You should make me mod so I can fix that. I'll make it uninviting as fuck.
Yeah,
that's what you want, right? I'm just fucking with you. But yeah, no, I don't know. Don't let someone's follower count, which, in many cases can be faked. Don't let that.
Oh, that's let's quickly touch upon that. So, as someone who has, achieved some sort. Oh, did we lose the stream?
No. I just closed the stream
I was just gonna say, as someone who's achieved a relative amount of success on YouTube, The thing here to keep in mind is there are ways to illegitimately do that. And be mindful. One thing you might want to do is check like to dislike ratios, check comments. If the comments seem suspect, that's usually a
I
red
bet you
flag,
he
so.
deletes any fucking negative comments on YouTube.
Yeah, and he bans them too. You can ban their future
Oh yeah, you
messages.
can straight out. Yeah, you can get rid
I
of.
bet you
Or
he
I think what
does.
you can do, you can prevent the comment from being seen. So it's kind of like this weird bubble effect where someone can comment, thinking that they
Yeah, it's like
commented, and
shadow
other
banning.
people can see it. Yeah, you can
Yep.
basically
Yeah.
shadow ban users as well.
I'm sure he fucking uses a shit ton of that.
Yeah,
He's so
he's
fucking
mentioned it.
insecure.
Every time he bans someone, he will literally say it. Or
Yeah.
if he
Yeah,
like,
there's no point doing that. Yeah, if you're gonna do that, you just because I know sometimes there's cases where there's just genuinely negative people. In those cases, yeah, but at that point you don't say anything. You don't say, "Oh, I'm banning you." You just do it.
If
Like you
someone's
don't.
like, I will say, I've banned people who are just annoying as fuck. Like, if someone just is constantly annoying, I will ban them because I'm just I don't want to deal with someone being annoying. But
It
like,
doesn't need to be some like public affair, like a public execution.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
if someone is constantly screaming in the mic or something, like, yeah, no, you're not going to be allowed to at least talk in the voice chat. I'm just not interested in dealing with that. But I mean, if someone just has a fucking opinion, I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
but yeah, I think that wraps everything up. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys wanted to cover?
When are we getting Powerhouse on stream? That is the topic of discussion.
I'm not sure.
I'll talk to you offline about it. I got some ideas, but yeah.
All right, and I am going to be taking some pictures of the different stages of that the handles go through, since I'm going through that process now. So we can do a podcast where I go through the entire handle making process.
Ooh.
I think that'd be good. That'd be a good stream.
Yeah, and by the way, just so everybody knows, when I was in that, when I was in Brandon's Discord, he had no idea that I was Squiggle Scales. And that's actually how I keep it with most Discords, and I'd like to keep it that way. And so that's how he treats somebody who actually does know what they're talking about, but he thinks they don't have any platform or anything, and he thinks that nobody would listen to him. He'll treat you like shit. It doesn't matter how experienced you are or how knowledgeable you are with something, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good comment there. Be wary of people who punch down like without someone actually kind of instigating in some kind of noticeable way.
Right.
Like people who punch down regularly, be a little suspect of that.
Right. So yeah, any other questions from the chat before we shut this down? And I would say, Brandon, you can go ahead and you had no problem threatening to sue little kids on your voice chat when they were talking about your retarded ass glow mod thing. So, you can threaten to sue them and own all their business assets. I don't think a 12-year-old would have any business assets. But, good luck with that. You don't even understand your own fucking patent. I'll tell you that much, right? So you probably don't even have one, because it's probably about 10 grand to actually push a patent through, which I doubt you actually spent the money on, given it's such a stupid fucking idea.
Also, he has no money. He really lives off Jake, his person he lives with.
Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever that weird deal is, you can threaten to sue me all you want. You can, in fact, I would encourage you to get whatever your fake law firm is, have them send me a cease and desist for posting this video, just because I think it'd be kind of fun if I could post a video of me pissing on it. I think that would be kind of hilarious, So, if you're ever interested, go ahead and send me a cease and desist. So, yeah, we're waiting. How has the pandemic affected all of your channels? I don't know.
That could be a really good. That could be a really good stream idea. So we come from 3 very different, I guess, backgrounds as far as content creation goes. So I think that could be actually pretty good one.
So we could do that on a podcast with him then, as opposed to answering it now.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah.
Unless Deadshot, there's anything you wanted to say on that topic.
I mean, I could. I mean,
You can if you want. You don't have to.
I feel like viewers have gone up a bit, just from people being at their house
Yeah.
a lot more. But yeah, more of like a continuous followation of the channel. That's about it.
Cool. Well, thanks for joining, Deadshot, and I hope you had as much fun with this as we did.
Yeah, I had fun for sure.
I'm looking forward to how Brandon's going to choose to react to this, because you know he's going to be all over this, whether he wants to admit it or not.
Bro, I already know what he's gonna do. He's going to either one, act like hasn't seen it and just pretend like he doesn't care at all, but he actually does,
Mhm.
or he's gonna make some kind of like joke about it.
Thanks for the
and
shout
post
out.
it. Yeah, some kind
Yep.
of joke. Like make a fake thing. Like remember the one time when he made that video about banning everyone in the VC as a joke or whatever, talking about people calling him out about that, and he was just playing it off as like a joke and it never happened. Well, yeah,
Yep.
he's probably gonna do something like that again.
Yeah, or he'll try the Florida's a two-party state, so you're gonna get sued for wiretapping. Yeah, okay, buddy, go for it.
Yeah, that's whatever.
So I think that one of those three things is probably going to be his reaction. What do you think the chances are that he, apologizes and unbans us?
That's a no.
I think it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
But like he made the point so many times, crazier things can happen. Crazier things have happened. Could happen.
I think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining in the chat. Hopefully this was fun, and you guys have a good night.
Yeah. All right. Good night.
Oh, he actually left.